Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the stream. Hello, Lumios. Hello, Square Rabbit. Sorry for the late start today. I was working on something. So, what do you guys think? I had this idea last night of recoloring my thumbnails, and yeah, now I like it. I'm excited for it. It's not that hard to do, and I'm gonna do all the alts for all the different characters. So yeah, whatever alt for your character you have, when I eventually get to them in the Character Crisis series, you can have a background of them. So pretty proud of it. Pretty proud of this idea. But no, it is not Ridley time. It's Shulk time. So let's do this. Look at that. I am not a Shulk main. Or, no, I always title them, I do not play character. Oh, I'm at 3rd place. Let's go. Hello, everybody. But yeah, no, today's stream is also going to be shorter than usual because of... Yeah, no, look at me being a great streamer. I have started later than usual, and I'm ending earlier than usual. Man, I'm so good at streaming. But truthfully, the reason why I'm ending stream early is because Meta Knight is getting revenge. I'm entering another local tonight. So we'll see how I do there. I mean, I was playing good at my previous local. The only reason why I lost is because I went up against 2 good players. One who's like around my skill level, and we had like a last hit, last stock set that I just barely lost. And then I went up against like a PR level player who got upset. So I feel like my Meta Knight is good enough to do well and get some wins at a local. I just got bad bracket luck. So yeah. You lost Bowser in Elite Smash. Sorry about that, Linkus. But we're not talking about Bowser today. We're talking about our boy, Shulk. Also, I got something to show you guys. So you see this? Yep. I'm a Shulk main now. So, we will be playing that on stream probably tomorrow. But today, we'll just keep this playing in the background. Let me know if the music stops playing. I did. I am a Shulk main now. And yeah, let's get back to this. Okay. Let's start off with Mario. You know what's gonna happen a lot while I'm doing this? I'm just gonna be like, oh, Shulk beats this character +2. Isn't that crazy? And this is why Shulk is called Mr. Potential. Shulk is the character that people have been saying should be like S tier, top 10, top 5 character in the game because he just wins a ton of matchups, but is held back by how complicated he is to play. I think in regards to like matchup spreads, he's a lot like Mr. Game & Watch in that he just has a ton of winning matchups theoretically. But the difference between Mr. Game & Watch and Shulk is Mr. Game & Watch is very easy to pick up, whereas Shulk is a little more complicated. And I still don't think Shulk is that hard compared to other characters I've played for this series. We'll see. I mean, I'm gonna learn like dial storage and all that other stuff. But Shulk is Mr. Potential, and all it's gonna take is like one really good player is main Shulk or like a current Shulk main to just like start popping off, and he could potentially do really well. But the thing about Shulk is he's got really bad frame data, and his moves that are fast are tiny. Like he's got a terrible grab. He's got his F tilt is, while it's strong, it is the size of the Monado, not the size of the Monado's blade. So I don't know. If you need help in the Xenoblade stream, I can help. It's my favorite game. Cool. Looking forward to playing it. Like, obviously, there's a lot of hype around Xenoblade Chronicles, but it's an obtuse game to get into. So, and also it's just it's a JRPG. It's going to take me hundreds of hours to play through. The fact that I'm starting it all in the first place is saying something. And I probably won't play all of it on stream because I got other things to do while streaming. But Shulk is an interesting character, and we'll see if by me playing Xenoblade Chronicles, I become a better Shulk main. So should be looking into starting that soon. Bit rough when Shulk has 0 close quarters combat sometimes. Still top tier, of course. Yeah, no, agreed. I've been meaning to pick it up at some point, so I'll probably stick around for the opening stuff, but maybe not for the later stuff. Yeah, like, don't get spoiled if you can. Apparently it's that kind of game. But yeah, no, +2 matchup against Mario. Not much to say here. Mario has tiny little stubby arms. His combo game against Shulk is actually really bad because at low percents, Shulk can go into Smash Art and get launched far enough the way that Mario can't follow up. At high percents, he can't like do up B shenanigans to kill Shulk because he just like go in shield mode. And then Shulk, of course, has the biggest sword in the game, and Mario hates swords. So pretty easy +2 matchup. You can probably stop when you reach Gower Plains since that area is in Smash. Pretty early in the game. Okay, that's a good idea. Big sword, big gains. Okay. DK. I don't think DK is necessarily a +1 matchup, or even an even matchup. We'll see. I haven't fought any DKs yet, but like as someone who did main DK previously, DK does pretty well into sorties because he has as much range as them, if not more. Now against Shulk, he does not have as much range as him. But the thing about DK in this matchup is DK can actually zone break Shulk, and he can charge in and fight Shulk in close quarters, which Shulk does not like. So DK has the same range as Shulk, and in close quarters, DK wins. And I honestly think DK probably does pretty fine into this matchup. What up, bro? Thanks for coming. Yeah, cool. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Also, Victor, what's up? Did you draw this tier list as well, or did someone else make it? No, I didn't make it. This person did, so go follow them on Twitter if you know how to type the characters. I don't know, like it's a cool tier list. Not to mention Cargo Throw invalidates bad recoveries. Yeah, no, that's an interesting thing. Like Shulk's recovery isn't necessarily bad because he like can jump in auto, and Shulk can edgeguard DK better than a lot of characters can, which I mean it's DK. But DK, yeah, DK is never bad against sorties. He can do pretty well. So this is a hot take, but I'm a DK believer. I'm putting DK in -1. Link is another character I've mained, and I feel like Link probably struggles against Shulk, just because Shulk does have the bigger sword. Shulk can, like, Link's combos aren't very long, but like even if you do like boomerang into forward air, I think that's enough time for Shulk to pull out Shield Monado and stop that combo. Link can nair, of course, and like if Link can like start nairing on Shulk a lot, that'd be really hard. But your answer as Shulk is to just like roll away. I don't think it's like a +2 matchup because like Link does have really good zoning and does outrange Shulk in that regard. But I don't think it's particularly great for Link either. Fun fact, Aquila has actually beaten Komei in tournament with DK, so I'm not wrong about DK being a losing matchup. Okay, I'm glad that I'm not crazy for saying it's a -1 matchup. Counter against DK recovery is bad for him. I mean, like, if DK gets offstage against Shulk, it's Shulk time, right? But but in every other aspect of neutral advantage, I think DK does better than Shulk. So, and then the thing about Shulk's combos, he doesn't really have combos. He has like one piece, two-piece combos, and against like heavies like DK, if you're only hitting them every now and then, they thrive off that because you're not getting the combo game that you need to in order to like abuse heavies. So DK does well into Shulk. It's my take. Samus. Samus is a character that's just really broken. Big believer in Samus. What about Bowser? I'll get to him. Well, we're just gonna go through the whole list. Samus, like, Charge Shot covers more space than the sword. DK's biggest weakness is the reverse card. I don't know what you're talking about, Linkus. So with Samus, Charge Shot commands so much space and presence, and I feel like Samus can pretty safely get Charge Shot against Shulk, because unless Shulk pulls out Speed Monado, Samus can just like safely pull out a Charge Shot. And but Shulk isn't going to get ledge guarded by Samus, because if you can go into Jump Monado, and his ledge jump then becomes good enough to just like avoid the Samus ledge trapping. So that is another factor to consider. Shulk can do like with like Smash Art, you can kill Samus pretty early, even though she is pretty heavy. I don't know. I'm not feeling either, like, leaning towards, like, winning for either character. Like, they both have advantages in the matchup that makes it, like, a pretty dynamic matchup, I feel. So, Shulk has +3s low-key. He really does. He really does. I am going to keep this as my, just the same format for every single character of, like, +2, +1, even, etc. But I do not disagree with that. Shulk does have +3s. He is crazy good. Doesn't matter if your sword is big if you can't get close enough to use it. Yeah, no, like, that is a problem, but, like, I still feel like Shulk invalidates a lot of Samus's strengths, like, because, like, Speed Monado does let Shulk get close enough to use it. So, I don't know, this feels pretty even. So we're gonna toss Samus down here. DK is really good. He's one of those that if you think, oh, he's bad, he's just DK, you get ding-donged at 40 and die. Yeah, although Shulk can shield Monado the ding-dong, so... Shulk Samus is even, but Samus's job is so much easier. Yeah, I feel like that's definitely true. So, like, minus 0.5 just because Samus has to think less in the matchup, but, I mean, in terms of, like, vacuum, characters, tools, when pitted against each other, it's even. Yoshi. Yoshi gets, I feel like, loses to this matchup, because, like, Shulk can just wall Yoshi out, and Yoshi's double jump armor doesn't really matter, because Shulk's not really getting combos, right? So when you're just playing this game of, like, Yoshi wants to get in, his longest reaching move is forward air. Shulk beats that. You just nair. You just forward air. And so, like, Yoshi, I feel like Yoshi just, like, really struggles to get in against Shulk, and as long as you play in a way of, like, Yoshi has to get in to make anything happen, it's really hard for Yoshi to do anything. And then, of course, you can just... Yoshi's combo game isn't as crazy as Mario. I'd definitely say, like, Mario is going to be, like, a +3 winning matchup, whereas Yoshi is, like, a +2 winning matchup, but I would say Shulk wins this. And the thing about Yoshi's double jump armor is it's knockback based. So if you're in Shield Art Monado, you can break Yoshi's double jump armor, and if you're, like, off stage against Yoshi and you hit them with a fair, they won't necessarily die from the fair knocking them backwards, because Yoshi's double jump armor, if it gets broken, it just lowers the amount of knockback he'll take. So Yoshi won't get launched super far, but he loses his double jump and he'll die. So my love for you is a +9999 matchup. It's over 9,000. Thank you, Matt. Also, Speed Art is kind of mid against Samus, since the lack of damage means you don't beat Charge Shot anymore. Buster is low-key better. Interesting. DK -1 is interesting. What makes you think that? DK does not get juggled by Shulk, because Shulk just does not have a juggle game. DK does not get comboed by Shulk, and DK can body Shulk in close quarters. DK can play the advantage state really well, and DK has as much range as Shulk, so Shulk doesn't outrange him. So I think DK does fine in the matchup, like, and I think DK wins slightly. Are you going to be at Paragon? I am going to be at Paragon tonight. So I am ending stream at 5:30 today, which is probably just enough time for me to throw out this quick tier list. So sorry, matchup tart. Yeah, my Meta Knight is getting revenge. You excited? Yeah, we haven't really seen each other lately, so let's do it. Kirby. This is such a funny matchup. As long as Kirby does not have Monado, It's so free. It's a +3 matchup. Like, you just outrange every single thing that Kirby does. As soon as Kirby gets Monado, Kirby becomes better than any other character in Smash Bros. History. Kirby becomes canon Kirby. You know, the kind of Kirby that fights gods and walks away from it saying, Poyo! This is the literal strongest character in the game when Kirby gets Monado. Like, I have fought a Kirby on stream yesterday, and they got Monado against me multiple times. So the whole matchup is just like, do not let Kirby get Monado. This character is so broken. So like, hard winning when Kirby doesn't have it. Hard losing when Kirby does have it. So like, I might break my rule about not making another tier, but I want to make another tier. We're going to make the Kirby tier, and we're going to make it pink. So Vomit colored with TikTok sauce wins against high tier anime sword fighter. Sure does. Sure does. Now, Kirby gets their own tier. And I'm putting it at -3. Alright. This is the only character. I feel like this is the only time I can break that rule for my matchup chart, but Kirby Shulk is just such a weird matchup, man. Alright, Fox. Okay. I think Fox is probably just +1 winning. On stream yesterday, I was saying it was like +2 winning, like hard winning for Shulk, because I feel like Swordies usually do pretty well into Fox. But Fox has things against Shulk that make it not unlosable. Fox has really good combo game. Fox has really good close quarters pressure. Shulk can really struggle when he's getting suffocated by Fox. So like when Fox gets in, Fox is winning, and Fox is winning hard. And so for those few moments in the game when you lose neutral against Fox, and Fox is like on your face, there's not much you can do. But as soon as Shulk gets away from that and like it returns to neutral and stuff, Shulk wins every other part of the matchup. Shulk wins in edge guarding. Shulk wins in neutral. Shulk wins in outranging Fox. Shulk wins in every other aspect of the game. And Fox is really light, so Smash Monado will start killing Fox at like 50%. So I think it's still winning for Shulk, but it's not terribly bad. Okay, let's go to Pikachu. Pikachu, I did fight a Pikachu on stream yesterday, and it did feel hard. Do I want to say it's like a -2 matchup? Hard to say. Pika can really pancake underneath a lot of Shulk stuff, which surprised me. And like back air out of shield, if you even with like well-spaced aerials on Pika's shield, it's still not good enough because back air just immediately flies out and hits you. I'm surprised you think Shulk has -2s. A lot of Shulk players I know don't even think he loses any matchup. Yeah, no, like, I'm tempted to put Pikachu in -1, but I do feel like Pikachu can be a -2 matchup. I mean, I did ultimately end up beating the Pikachu I fought last night, but it wasn't even an Elite Smash match. It was below Elite Smash, and I just kind of outplayed that Pikachu player. But even with me outplaying the Pikachu player, it still felt hard in a lot of different ways. And I don't know. I feel like Shulk players can probably push the matchup to be a -1 matchup, but I also think that he probably. I do think it's a hard matchup for Shulk. Keep in mind, like, +2 matchups and -2 matchups, they are still winnable matchups. They're just more difficult. He definitely loses to Pika and Rob. He does have very few losing matchups, to be fair. Except DK. Luigi. So, Luigi is gonna be up here with the Mario Bros. Luigi gets his 0 to death combo, but you can smash art it. You can smash art's a little scary because if he just immediately goes for up B, you might die. But you can like shield art it. You can do that sort of thing. And then when you're playing the neutral game, Luigi's plunger and Luigi's fireball just lose to your sword, and Luigi has really stubby hitboxes otherwise. And then Luigi's off stage, you just like fair him once, it's game over. So yeah, +2 matchup. Not much more to say. So Then we got Ness. Ness is probably another +2 matchup. Oh my god, Shulk is so good. I have not played a character with this many winning matchups. We'll see if I can actually like take advantage of it. That's the thing. So Ness has like pretty good out of shield game, and the thing about Ness is like if you don't space well on his shield, he can hit you. Like Nair is really fast out of shield and hits all around him, but it's still not Shulk range. And so if you play like Shulk in a way where you're just like max space aerials on Ness's shield and just play in that sort of way, Ness can't really get you for that. And then Ness really can't hit you out of shield for that. And then when Ness tries to do things to Shulk, of course, like I'm going to be saying this a lot today, but you can shield Monado his stuff, and you can just like fall out of his combos and make it difficult for him. Also, something interesting that Shulk can do against PK Fire is if you get caught in PK Fire, you can Monado change into Smash Art, and then you can SDI extremely easily and just fall out of PK Fire. That's something I learned yesterday. So, like, yeah, and then of course if you ever get Ness off stage, like, you should just try to be lining up a fair and killing Ness for that. So, probably a really hard matchup for Ness. Captain Falcon. Captain Falcon is going in the Fox tier. Character who can get edgeguarded by Shulk decently easy. Captain Falcon's harder to edgeguard than you think, but Falcon bodies Shulk in close quarters, but getting in close quarters is always the challenge. I do feel like I feel like Captain Falcon could go in the like low even or like high even tier where it's like a +0.5 matchup, because I do think that Captain Falcon has a lot of tools that would be very good against Shulk. I did main Captain Falcon, so I am, or at least I did play him as a secondary for a very long time, so I am biased. I do have Captain Falcon bias, but I do feel like Falcon has enough tools for Shulk to not be an unplayable matchup, and I feel like Captain Falcons can push the matchup to make it closer to even, so probably still winning for Shulk though. We got Puff. Ooh. Yuck. I feel bad for Puff here. Shulk just bodies the 64 cast, except Kirby. There is the Kirby tier, after all. I know what to rename this tier. Yeah. So we got, Puff just has the aerials that are just super tiny, and like Puff can like play the game of like, when is she gonna come down and land on you? But you just, if you're playing that game with Puff, you just start airing, and Puff can't really contest that. And Smash Monado is just going to explode Puff, and even if Puff is like trying to recover off stage, you can just fair her. I don't know. TikTok sauce tier. I could name it that, but I'm not going to. Daisy, because I like her more. No offense, Peach. So, yeah, no, I did main Daisy for like all of Ultimate. But I never fought very many Shulks, so hard for me to say. But at the end of the day, Daisy's a very strong character. She has turnips. Turnips are like what make this matchup playable. You can go turnip camping against Shulk and potentially find a good turnip. But even with that, if Shulk goes into Shield Monado against Daisy, good Daisy players will be able to follow up anyways. So like if you start hitting Shulk with down air and he goes into Shield Monado too early, you can just like start down air chaining him. Like there's a lot of things. I asked Daisy if she has a cat. What did she say? So Daisy can, Shulk going into Shield Monado does not mean Daisy's combo game stops. She can still be really creative at that. And while Daisy does struggle against sword users and stuff, when she does get in, she has better buttons than Shulk. And so and turnips are a great way for you to get in. And so you can play at 2 different ranges versus Shulk. You can play at turnip throwing range, or you can play at close quarters game. And so and then edge guarding Daisy is really hard because she has a bunch of different ways to get back to stage. So it is still a hard matchup, and this is still Daisy bias coming in, but so many matchup charts put Daisy in like a winning matchup, and having played the character, no, she has tools for every matchup. She can play it just fine. So I think Daisy goes in even. Bowser. All right, we made it. We made it to Bowser. Shulk using up air on Daisy down air. Daisy down air is faster and wins. Duh. No, like, I don't know. It feels fine for Daisy. Bowser. I know this is a hot take, because like a lot of Daisy players say Shulk is her worst matchup, but I did play Shulk against a Shulk main at the beginning of Ultimate, now that I remember. And the more I played the matchup, the more I was like, no, this is actually really doable. So, my personal... Bowser. So, Bowser, again, so like, the thing about DK is he does have the range to contest with Shulk. Bowser does not have the range. Bowser, his moves are big, but not DK big. And while Bowser does have better kill power than DK, Shulk can shield Monado to like prevent a lot of Bowser's cheesy kills. And so, like, if Bowser tries to like do like falling nair into like back air, that kills most characters. But Shulk has enough time to pull out shield Monado. And Shulk can invalidate one of Bowser's best strengths, his heavyweight. And so I wonder whether speed Monado lowers low tough guy range or not. That's a good question. Ben, are you still in the chat? I would like to know. Bowser has Fair and Fire Breath and Up Tilt. Yeah, and like those, like Fire Breath will be annoying for Shulk when he's trying to recover from ledge, but that's not going to stop Shulk from recovering the ledge. He'll still make it back. Fair does not beat Shulk Fair, for example, and Shulk, like, while Fair is really good for edge guarding purposes, Shulk has enough tools to get around Bowser using Fair to edge guard. And then F Tilt just does not feel like a factor in the matchup. Like, I think Bowser might be a +1 matchup for Shulk. I wouldn't go so far to say winning, because like, or +2 winning, because Bowser being heavy and not getting comboed does matter a lot, but every other tool Bowser has just doesn't feel as good against Shulk. I think Tough Guy only works on multi-hits / super weak hits. Don't main Bowser? Don't know. Okay. Yeah, no, so I think Shulk probably beats Bowser, but not hard winning. Shulk has a very interesting matchup spread. The more I'm going through it, the more each character I'm clicking on, it's just like, no, there's like these little things in the matchup that matter. Like Ices. Ices is a good example. Ices 0 to death combos probably do not work on Shulk. Yeah, we have a Shulk main in the chat, so we have someone to check my day 2 Shulk main opinions. So that's nice. Thank you, Ben. So Ices. Ices, so like the main thing about like Ices is they are going to get super outranged by Shulk. They just do not have the range to really fight Shulk. And Ice Blocks is not really a factor in the matchup, so Ices just does not have range in the matchup. But Shulk is going to have a hard time separating them, which is a big factor in whether or not you can like really beat Ices from my understanding. So with Ices, this is a weird matchup that I just have never thought about, right? I feel like Shulk probably wins. I don't want to say +2 though, because Ices do have some bullshit, and I do think Shulk would really struggle to separate them. So I think for that reason, Ices probably do fine. Apparently Tough Guy has 19 points of knockback-based armor, whatever that translates to in reality. Yeah, but the thing is, like, if you're in Smash Art, then you can probably jab Bowser and be fine, which is crazy to say. Shulk beats Ices, it's kind of like Seth. Okay, so like knowing that Seth is a hard winning matchup, I feel like comparing Seth and Shulk are not dissimilar. Speed doesn't affect knockback, only damage. Yeah, Sheik. I feel like, so I'm of the opinion that Sheik does pretty well into sorties, and I feel like Sheik would probably do pretty well into Shulk. Sheik has the speed to like whiff punish Shulk for a lot of his moves. So like if Shulk throws out a Nair and Sheik's at dash attack range, she can punish Shulk for that. Sheik is also not going to get super hard edge guarded by Shulk because she's got pretty good recovery, and Needles can harass Shulk from pretty far away. And then if Shulk tries to go into Shield Monado to stop stuff, I feel like Sheik has the frame data and combo ability to like continue comboing Shulk. Honestly, I think Sheik might be a -2 matchup. I feel like Sheik has all of the tools she needs to beat Shulk, and Shulk would really struggle against a good Sheik player who's abusing Needles and burst range and is just playing just outside of Shulk's sword. So I don't know, I feel like Sheik is probably really tough for Shulk, but I know a lot of Shulk players say he doesn't have a ton of losing matchups, but I'm going with my gut here, and I think Sheik probably does pretty well here. Zelda. Sheik and Shulk are super even in my opinion. I guess Sheik does not have the best hitboxes, like her fair is really tiny compared to Shulk's big fair. And like, but she's got Needles. She's got a ton of different things to like beat up Shulk. I will move Sheik to -1, but I'm a Sheik believer, and I think she probably does well into him. Sheik needs kill confirms to win. That is true. That is true. If you're ever at kill confirm %, like if you know Sheik's kill confirms, you can then like go into Shield Monado and stop that. That's a good point. Sheik's never going to kill Shulk, but Shulk can still kill Sheik. The big thing Shulk has in this matchup is that Shield Art messes her up her punish game since she relies on kill confirms a lot. Still, I'd say around -1 for Shulk. Okay. All right. Considering that Sheik can't kill, you guys are right, and I feel this is pretty pretty accurate. You ever stepped on one, sewing preferably? No, and I don't want to experience that, Creed. Alright, Zelda. Zelda, she's got really good zoning tools, but like, is it just Phantom, the matchup? I feel like it is, and when it's just Phantom, Shulk can probably play around that pretty well. She has great recovery, so you're not really going to be edgeguarding Zelda. She has good kill power, and I feel like Lightning Kick comes out fast enough that it'd be really hard to Shield Monado it, but not impossible if you know what you're looking for. Like down tilt into Lightning Kick. Do you have enough time to Shield Monado that? Hard to say. You probably have enough time to Shield Monado her up B, because like if you get hit by up B, you just start mashing Shield Monado. I think you probably can survive that. I feel like Zelda probably struggles to kill Shulk, but Shulk can also just like zone break with Speed Monado. He can outrange Zelda in a lot of different ways. Like if he plays close enough to Zelda that she can't set up Phantom, and he can do that, and also play at a distance that's safe enough that Zelda can't use her buttons. I feel like this is probably a hard matchup for Zelda. Dr. Mario. Take everything I said about Mario, and now make him slower. Pill is definitely a lot better in the matchup, and so honestly, I think it's probably still harder for Dr. Mario compared to Mario, or sorry, Mario for Dr. Mario, but like, at the end of the day, it's Dr. Mario. He will die to an edge guard. Shulk can use jump to jump over her B buttons. Yeah, like, that's another thing, like, sorry, Zelda. Yeah, no, like, Doc bodies people when they get into close quarters combat, but like, who is the king of not letting people get into close quarters combat? It's Shulk. And Pill, while it can be a little more annoying in the matchup, like, I don't know, it's gotta be so hard for Doc. +3 matchup, right? Pichu. Pichu is teeny little itty baby who will explode to Smash Art at 40%. Like, honestly, I think if you land a Smash Art forward air against Pichu at 50%, Pichu dies. Like, it's gotta be insane. I kind of want to do some testing and see how disgustingly early Shulk can kill Pichu. You know what? Let's do that. I'm switching to my screen. And we're gonna do some training mode with Shulk. How early can Shulk kill Pichu? Ooh, nice animation. Thank you. Gower Plains. Where'd you go? It's like somewhere over here. Theming is so important when it comes to training demo, right? Where is it? On all the Smash 4 stages. There it is. I was right next to it. I missed you at Land King. Got wrecked by Beats Corrin. Yeah, I wasn't there for very long. I was waking up at 8 a.m. the next day, and I now live in Salt Lake. So I basically just entered Redemption bracket and then left after going 0-2 in the main bracket. So like I was not there for very long. So yeah. He said to hit you up since you know that matchup like the back of your hand. Yeah, no, so playing against Corrin, you need to whiff punish Corrin. You need to turnip camp Corrin, because Corrin is not fast enough to really punish you for turnip camping. You need to learn how to shield SDI. Talk to Beat more about that, but basically while you're holding the shield button, you can use B to like move your shield around. And so when Corrin is charging her F smash on your shield, hold this, start doing some like shield SDI to like try to move your character model a little bit, so that way you get to a point where you can then roll away from Corrin. So that's important to know in the matchup. And then in general, you kind of want to just use turnips as your way to get in, and just try to let Corrin whiff right in front of you, and then throw turnips at him. That's my advice. Let's destroy Pichu now. So 0% smash, F smash. Let's see how far Pichu goes. Okay, not that far. Let's try 30% Pichu, smash art, F smash. Nearly. All right. That's already pretty far. Okay. Ben, question in the chat: does angling Shulk's F smash change how far it goes? Let's change it to 40. Okay, we're getting close to killing Pichu here. 45. I want to see if I can kill Pichu sub 50. I can. Oh my goodness. That's so scary for Pichu. Let's see if Pichu dies to a Smash Art Nair. Okay, maybe Nair was a bad example. Forward air. That forward air sends so far. Angling up smash up kills a tiny bit earlier. Did you mean F smash? Because I think you can only angle up smash upwards. So let's... Goodbye, Pichu. Holy shit. Pichu just explodes. Alright. And then F tilt, even like F tilt at ledge. It's like Pichu does a ledge get up. Yeah. Not by much though. If you want to kill, it's usually better to put them off stage. Yeah, and like here's the thing, like I throw Pichu off stage, and then okay, I did that poorly, but like Pichu dies. Oh, not really? Okay. I will say Pichu probably has the ability to avoid Shulk getting hit by like Shulk's Monados and stuff. Is Elite Smash important for being good? No, it is not. I know there's a decent amount of top players who just don't even play Elite Smash at all because playing online just affects your IRL play so much. Does Shulk have sour and weak spots? Good to know. I would also like to know. Okay, let's continue shuffling the music. Okay. So, Pichu probably dies really early to Shulk, and unlike Pikachu, you probably can space better against Pichu because Pichu just has smaller hitboxes. Pichu beats Shulk off stage, very winning matchup for Shulk though. Pichu can't camp like Pikachu can. Yeah, that's the other thing, like, if you hit Pikachu's shield, Pikachu can back air you. Pikachu can just like hit you even, like, Pikachu's back air just goes so far out of shield immediately. Whereas Pichu's back air does not. It does not have the same level of range. and stuff. And while Pichu can probably do well against you off stage, Shulk can still do really well with like Shield Monado and stuff. So like I usually rate Pichu and Pikachu very similarly, but in this matchup, I don't know, Shulk seems a lot better against Pichu. Laser is sour and Blade is sweet, just like Roy. Okay. Falco. Falco probably really struggles against Shulk, even more so than Fox. So, like, Falco's big thing is his whole combo game, right? Just cutscene combos. Who can fall out of cutscene combos? It's Shulk Time, baby. With Shulk, I just realized I didn't have my chat box turned on, so now you can chat on stream. So Falco is just going to really struggle against Shulk. He can get edge guarded, he can get outspaced. Because like Falco's whole thing is that he really struggles to get it. That is Falco's biggest weakness. And that's not true for Fox. Fox can get in freely. And that's how Fox wins the matchup. Whereas Falco does not have that luxury. So yeah, terrible matchup. Marth. Marth and Lucina, might as well rank them the same. They have swords. They have swords that are toothpicks compared to Shulk. And they have better up Bs out of shield in terms of like frame data. Guess who can up B them from twice the distance? Shulk can. So like I feel like this is this is a winning matchup for Shulk. I will say that since they have good recoveries and they have like a lot of tools to fight Shulk, it's not like terrible matchup for them. But at the end of the day, Shulk probably beats other swordies too. Falco has like 0 options as well. Dash attack sucks. Dash grab sucks. Yeah, no, like Falco's gonna get bodied by them, unfortunately. Unfortunately for Falco, that is. Personally, I love being able to play a character that beats Falco. Falco has been such a terrible character for me. Marth does slightly better, still even. You would say it's an even matchup? I would say it's like at least a +1 matchup. I'm curious to hear your thoughts about that. They completely destroy Falco? Yeah, no. Shulk is pretty nice for that. But yeah, no, I think Shulk probably just beats them. But who knows? I just discovered the Character Crisis series yesterday and I really like it. Thanks! I'm glad that you like it. It's a lot of work, but I like making it. So at the end of the day, is it really work? Alright, we got Young Link. This one's an interesting one. Young Link can beat Shulk when it comes to range because like Fire Arrow is just that good. And then Boomerang, of course, and Young Link also has the frame data to fight Shulk in close quarters. So like if Young Link ever gets on top of Shulk, it's going to be really hard for Shulk to get out of. Which character do you see yourself maining the most so far? Out of the 15 characters I've played, I would say Incineroar is one of the ones that I've really enjoyed playing. Marth, of course, because I played Marth beforehand, and Ridley as like a counterpick character. So those are my top 3 so far. Young Link is going to be... I don't know, the thing about Young Link though is he dies to offstage, and when Shulk is playing at max sword range, he probably does really well into Young Link. This matchup is unwinnable, give up. Yeah, perish, Game & Watch main. I think a lot of Yink kills require some sort of setup that Shulk could be able to shield art out of. That's probably true too. A lot of Young Links actually consider Shulk and Cloud to be their worst matchups. Really? I don't necessarily agree with that. I mean, like, yeah, Shulk can edgeguard them. Shulk, if he plays at a certain range, it can be really tough for Young Link. But if Young Link gets in and bullies Shulk, he'll probably be fine. Like, he's got the frame data to fight Shulk in close quarters. Shulk's just murders Young Link off stage. I did notice that while playing Shulk. I'm going to put it in +1, but I'm not thinking this is a +2 matchup like the other. That's the opinion of Young Link's mains, though. True. Don't trust them. Ganon. Yeah, like Ganon dies off stage. Ganon struggles to get in, and when Ganon gets a hit, like Shulk can still like. If Shulk goes into shield art mode, then like Ganon will struggle to kill, which is a funny thing to say. And yeah, no, like Big Sword beats Ganon. Next. Mewtwo. Okay, Mewtwo has Shadow Ball, which I think is the big equalizer in the matchup. And Mewtwo being a big-bodied character does not mean that he's going to get comboed very easily against Shulk. Mewtwo does not get edge-guarded by Shulk, and so like having Shadow Ball, having a good recovery, and having a... he is very light though, so like Smash Art is going to destroy Mewtwo in a way that it does not defeat Samus. So like the difference between Samus and Mewtwo is they're very similar characters in how they play the Shulk matchup, but Mewtwo's going to get hit by more things than Samus, and Mewtwo is going to explode to Smash Art. So when those two factors are brought into consideration, I think it's a tough matchup for Mewtwo. Not necessarily hard losing. I think Mewtwo probably does fine into Shulk, but like this could be one of those matchups that I put as like plus 0.5, so like Captain Falcon tier. Ganon will literally never kill you if you camp him. Yeah, like that's how you play against Ganon. So I think Mewtwo probably does fine. But yeah. Next, Chrom and Roy. So I have played these characters. They are going to die to Shulk off stage. Especially like Chrom, because Shulk is one of the characters that has a counter attack, which Chrom hates. So like they're going to, and like, but the thing about Chrom is like he's less likely to get hit by forward air, but Roy is going to get hit by forward air. So you got that to factor in. The thing about these characters though that doesn't make it a turbo losing matchup like these characters is they can at the very least attack Shulk in close quarters. And being able to get in there and like really pressure Shulk up close in personal, it matters. It's like they're Fox tier, where they will get edge guarded, but in neutral they can actually play neutral against Shulk and get in there and hit him for it. And then because their combos are so fast, like jab back air, I think a Shulk main can probably shield Monado that, but you have to like react to getting hit by the jab to have time to do that, which yeah, Shulk can do. Man, Shulk cheats. That's crazy. Game & Watch. This is like one of Game & Watch's actually worst matchups, and don't you love to hear that? Game & Watch has a losing matchup? Sorry, Superstar, but like, it's time. It's time for you to have a bad matchup for once. And so like Game & Watch loses to Shulk because Game & Watch just outranges Game & Watch, and up B out of shield does not matter when you max space your up B. And guess what happens when Game & Watch hits your shield? You up B him. It's the great equalizer. It's the great healer in the world. Edgeguarding this character is very hard. Yeah, edgeguarding Game & Watch is going to be hard. And that is like the one thing that keeps it from being like a +3 matchup. But yeah, Shulk just holds center stage, and Game & Watch cannot approach Shulk for the life of him. Because Game & Watch does not have good approach options. Shulk can side B through Bacon. Yeah, that's something else you can do. Like you'll just like tank every single hit of Bacon, and you'll just get in there and hit him. Like, and then Game & Watch is paper, so Game & Watch can't edgeguard Shulk. Yeah, actually that does sound hard. Okay, so the characters just don't edgeguard each other. No, this is a hard matchup for Game & Watch, and all the Game & Watch haters love to hear it. Meta Knight. Okay, most recent character I played, and let's see how I do at Paragon tonight. But Meta Knight is going to be... So Meta Knight cannot do his up air ladders against Shulk, and he cannot edgeguard Shulk very well. So what does Meta Knight have in the matchup? Meta Knight can whiff punish, and I think Meta Knight's one of the best whiff punish characters in the game, which does matter. So against Shulk, whiff punishing against Shulk is really good, but it's hard to do that because Shulk can change up his threat range so quickly with Speed Art, and something else Shulk can do against that Game & Watch or that Meta Knight usually does not have to deal with. You can go jump Monado, jump Nair, and then you'll hit Meta Knight out of the air. And that's pretty good. Shulk down tilt just beats Meta Knight? Really? What about down tilt beats Meta Knight? Is it because like if he's trying to dash attack in? Like if he's dash dancing? That could be interesting. So I have to say Shulk can switch to jump art against Game & Watch, and Game & Watch can edge guard or edge trap. Yeah, no, like, that's the other thing. Like, you either side B through Bacon or Game & Watch is holding shield, you're just in jump art and you just fly over him. So, like, there's no way that Game & Watch really corners Shulk. That is something that is so strong about Shulk, is you just don't get cornered as him, which is crazy. Meta Knight, I'm gonna say that, like, Meta Knight, since he can, like, Meta Knight's strength in the matchup is he can whiff punish, and he does not get edge guarded, but he gets absolutely outranged. He can't really camp Shulk as effectively as he can other characters, but like, it's not the worst matchup for Meta Knight. I think there's edges that Meta Knight can find that make it not terrible. Shulk is so cool. Yeah, no, he's a really cool character. Meta Knight can't grab or dash attack against Shulk down tilt. He has to jump teleport to beat it. The thing about, like, Dimensional Cape is it's a very good move. And if you see a Shulk just, like, naring to his heart's content in the corner, you can absolutely whiff punish that with Dimensional Cape. So, +1 matchup, I think. Like, Meta Knight still loses, but I don't think he, like, loses like Jigglypuff does. Pits. Square Rabbit, where you at? So Pits have great projectiles, but I feel like Shulk is a character that actually does struggle against good projectile usage. And the Pits don't get edge guarded very easily. Orbitars, I feel like, are probably going to be pretty good against Shulk. Are they damage or knockback based? Because, like, how Orbitars interact with Monado, like, does it matter if you're in Smash Art or Buster mode? What breaks Orbitars? Because if you break Orbitars, Pit has frame advantage. So Orbitars are damage based. Yeah, no, okay. That's interesting. I haven't played many Shulk, not sure. Pit often struggles to kill, even without Shield Monado being a thing, but I think they'd be good at whiff punishing Shulk. Yeah, and, like, whiff punishing, I feel like, is one of the strongest things you can do against Shulk. I feel like the Pits are going to get outranged, but their dash attack is very good. So, I think I want to keep them even tier. I don't necessarily want to put them in -1, but I feel like Pits probably do fine in this matchup. ZSS. Interesting character. So ZSS has Zair, but having played against a ton of ZSSs yesterday, Shulk can absolutely beat Zair. And something that's really crazy about this matchup is if a ZSS down smashes you and tries to boost kick you, boost kick takes enough time that you can go into shield art. I was not fast enough at doing it, so I died to it. But a good Shulk player will be able to, especially if you pull up dial storage and just play with, like, dial storage in mind, you can shield art through. I feel like you need dial storage to beat ZSS, but if you play dial storage Shulk against ZSS, boost kick will not kill you. Wow. Yeah, no, like, I think that's how you play the matchup. I don't know that much about dial storage yet, but from what I understand of it, that's how you use it. Man, okay. I am starting to feel the Mr. Potential of Shulk here, and it's starting to scare me. But yeah, no, I think ZSS loses to Shulk. She's still a good character, and like, not being edge guarded matters, but ZSS can play a very, like, you can't hit me kind of game, because, like, if Shulk's not in Speed Monado, he's going to really struggle to, like, hit ZSS. Dial Storage is kind of niche, to be honest, doesn't decide too many matchups. Do you feel like it matters when it comes to boost kick? Because, like, can you shield Monado boost kick without Dial Storage? That's what I need to know. But the fact that you can do that does help. So, overall, +1, yeah, that's not hard. Okay, so I'm just a bad Shulk, which is fine. I'm okay with being a bad Shulk. It's pretty funny seeing DK sitting in advantage when all these high tiers are in disadvantage. I know, right? It's crazy. Just shield art boost kick on reaction. Yeah, that's what I need to do. There were multiple times where I started getting hit by boost kick, I, like, put my controller down, and then I was like, wait, no, I can live it, and I tried to do it, but, like, Day 1 Shulk was not fast enough. Wario. Poor Wario. Like, Waft doesn't even feel like a factor in this matchup, because like if you feel like you know when the Wario's going to go for Waft, shield Monado it, and then you take away one of Wario's best tools in the matchup just with a single press of the B button. So I feel like Wario also like tiny little moves. Wario has the air drift to like be really tricky, but like Wario is also the kind of character that can get edge guarded by Shulk. So like, nah, like it's gotta be tough for Wario. Although knowing Gluttony has found a way to make it even. So if it's Gluttony's Wario, it's an even matchup, but every other Wario, no. I myself play the PAL version of Melee, so if I were to bring myself to tournaments, people will think I've modded the game. Oh yeah, no, PAL version is funky if people don't know what the differences are. Yeah, Kirby with Monado is the Poyo tier. Kirby without Monado, it's a winning matchup. It's pretty easy, but as soon as Kirby finds the one opening to get Monado, you lose the game. Kirby is broken with Monado. I have never seen anything like it before. Like Kirby Buster Mode Monado, you eat so much damage. Kirby with Smash Art, like Kirby's moves are already really good at killing, but then you add that. Kirby with Jump Art, Kirby needs 2 jumps to make it back from the blast zone. So it's even, but a gimmick. Yes, it is. Gluto has never lost to any Shulk ever. He might just be him though. No, Gluto is him. Monado is the best special in the game, probably. Although I'd argue that Can could be better, but I think it depends on the character. Maybe Block. Can is up there with those moves. I don't know if Can beats Monado and Block, but Can is top 5. So, Snake. So I've already heard people talk about this matchup, but Snake's a losing matchup. Is it -2 though? I think it could be. Can't wait for the neutral B tier list. We'll get there one day. I feel like that's content that people have like already created, but once I'm good at like all the characters, I'll actually understand what I'm talking about. And I feel like a lot of those people who make the tier lists don't know what they're talking about when it comes to a lot of characters, simply because there's so many characters in the game, and unless you're doing something stupid like me, yeah, it's hard to know what you're talking about. I think it's -1 against Snake. Yeah, no, like, I don't know what to say about the Snake yet, because I haven't fought a Snake yet. Most Shulk mains didn't play Brawl. So true. Like, if you haven't played Brawl, you don't know the Snake matchup, and I have not played Brawl, so I'm one of those players. But with Snake, he does have Grenade, and I feel like if Shulk hits Grenade at max range, like Snake is shielding, holding a Grenade, Shulk hits Grenade. I think even with max range, he probably still gets hit by the explosion, because the explosion radius is really big. And then Snake's combos are usually like not combos per se, so like you can't really shield Monado's not going to help you like get out of any kill confirms, because like Snake doesn't really have those. Yeah, no, Snake's dash attack is also just like a great whiff punish tool, and whiff punishes are really hard for Shulk to beat. Shulk probably does well against Snake off stage. Again, need to know how the armor works on Snake up B to know whether you want to go into Smash Art and Buster mode. Holding Grenade, not Shield. Using Shield Monado and attacking a Snake holding Shield might work out better for you than him, maybe? Maybe, but like, it's still hard to say. I played Brawl. Brawl Snake obliterates all of Ultimate. That would be fun to see. I want Dacus back in the game, man. That move is so cool. But I do think Snake wins the matchup, but I feel like Pika probably wins harder. Snake loses to the grab button. Air slash out of shield beats Snake dash attack. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, like, that becomes the whole thing. It's like, if Snake can whiff punish you with dash attack, then it's really good. But if you can hold up shield, you can then beat Snake. So then it becomes a game of rock, paper, scissors. But I feel like in a lot of different areas in the matchup, Snake probably does fine. Brawl King DDD should return. No, if Brawl King DDD came back, had chain grabs on the entire cast, and had his new Gordos, it would be over. It would be over for Ultimate. It would be Smash Bros. Day, and it would be Day's world. Okay. I need to go to the bathroom, so we're going to pause the stream here for a minute. I can't believe that Shulk is your true main. Yeah, I mean, like, look at this matchup chart. How can it not be? He beats Falco. I want to play a character that beats Falco. But yeah, Brawl Armor with 6-pick. No. So I'm gonna be right back. Just gotta go pee. I am back. What were you guys talking about? I bet you were talking about like awful Brawl characters. I know who else beats Falco. Blue person juggling fish. It's not compute. Okay, now I'm laughing about what would happen if Brawl King DDD would return. Coney would be a top 10 player in Ultimate. Like, he would not have become Content Man. He probably still would have become Content Man. But, like, Coney would have continued competing. And I think that would have been really funny. Because Coney was not bad. He was, like, top 25 in Brawl, if I remember correctly. Okay. Okay. So, let's go back. Let's see. We're talking about Ike now. Ike also has big sword, but Shulk has bigger sword. I mean, it's not a sword measuring contest, but at the end of the day, Shulk outranging Ike does matter. Ike does have really good kill power and pretty easy bread and butter combos, but like Shulk can probably still fall out of it, given the right tools. And like going into Smash Art against Ike would be scary because Ike just lands an F tilt on you and you're the one exploding. I feel like Ike. I want to say Ike doesn't do bad in the matchup, right? Like Ike can also Ike's dash attack is one of the strongest dash attacks in the game, and you do not have time to shield him out of that. Plus, I also like the Waddle Dee Army Final Smash to return. That'd be fun. That is a very fun Final Smash. Thoughts on Wario? Wario gets outranged by all of Shulk's move, unless you're talking about Wario as a character. I mean, if Gluttony did not exist, people would say Wario was bottom 10 in the game. Just saying. I think Wario is not bottom 10 in the game. I think Wario's a high tier, but Gluttony is the reason Wario is as good as he is, and Gluttony is him. Ike up the free F Smash from Shulk. That's true, but like, a good Ike's not gonna like just be throwing up B out, right? You can shield Monado up B, so you're not gonna get hurt by it. I feel like it's probably just +1. I'm not seeing anything that makes it like +2 for Shulk, but Ike probably still loses, right? The new one is better for referencing, but the old one is really funny. I miss Brawl at Final Smashes. They were just so much cooler. Like, we got you actually got to play as Super Wario or whatever his name was, Garlic Man. In Ultimate, it's just like a stupid little cutscene. You don't get to feel the power that comes from a Final Smash. You just kill somebody at 50%. Brawl F Smashes or Brawl Final Smashes were the best, and I wish we got Brawl Final Smash treatments for all the characters in the game. Would have been a lot more cool. Wario Man, yeah. I'm gonna download the macro mod for Bowser up B. What would the macro? How would Bowser up B benefit from the macro? What would that do for him? Wario plays with Final Smash. That would be fun. So, yeah, I think Ike's probably losing. All right, Pokemon Trainer. This is going to be an interesting one. Squirtle, I think, Sheik tier, right? Squirtle's fast, can come in and bully Shulk. And the thing about Water Gun is that will push Shulk away from the ledge if you do not space your up B correctly. So you have to be very careful about how you space your up B against Squirtle. And Squirtle has good, fast combo game. Shulk can like shield Monado through it, but the thing about shield Monado is you do not want to be using it at low percents, because if you use it at a bad time, you're going to get comboed even harder than you would have otherwise. And Squirtle, and so like you can go into Smash Art against Squirtle at early percent, so you can like get far away from Squirtle, and you can use your long hitboxes against Squirtle. So like I'm starting to think it's more even. So Squirtle and even, I think that's fair. He will spin in his shell forever. Get the macro for turbo teabagging. Oh, that'd be that would Mars. Make the macro for turbo teabag, please. It'd be amazing. Personally, Falco's voice from Smash Brawl should return. I actually don't remember that. I don't remember what it sounds like. Shulk can activate Smash early to force him to switch Ivysaur, especially on ledge, kind of like Pichu. Yeah, I still think Squirtle is, since Squirtle is faster than Pichu, I think Squirtle is probably even, and of course the water gun thing I mentioned. But yeah, no, Squirtle probably does fine. Ivy, Razor Leaf is going to be really annoying to deal with, and Vine Whip is actually long enough to contest Monado. And then Ivy Dare, since Shulk doesn't really sweet spot the ledge, Ivy Dare is going to be really strong against Shulk. Ivy is going to get bodied in a lot of other ways, but like Ivy feels losing. Ivy and Zard loses. I don't know. Like, and the thing about like Vine Whip is it can grab the ledge from so far away that Shulk can't edgeguard Ivy. I feel like Ivy probably does really good against Shulk. I don't know. Call me crazy. And then Charizard. Charizard does get outranged by Shulk, but Charizard's got the whole like heavy factor, which we talked about earlier. Like, Shulk does not do as well against heavies as other characters, because heavies have the same amount of range to contest Shulk. They do not die as early to Shulk stuff, and they don't get comboed. So Shulk bodies tether recoveries with the jump art. He can go really deep. I guess that's true, and that's something I considered as much. I feel like, I don't know, I kind of just want to put all of Pokemon Trainer even, as weird as that sounds. Like, each character has things that does well. Like, I've never done this for any character before. But I feel like Shulk Pokemon Trainer has got to be like just such an even matchup, because like Charizard has things that are good against Shulk, Ivy has things that are good against Shulk, and Squirtle has things that are good. But then Shulk has things that are good against all of them. I don't know. Call me crazy, but I'm sticking with that one. Diddy Kong. Shulk, I'm really feeling it. Yeah, no, I'm gonna hear that a lot in the next few weeks, aren't I? Self-inflicted too. Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong typically does really well against sorties because of two words: Transcendent Banana. Basically, Banana can go through hitboxes, and the Shulk kind of struggle against short characters. I think he might, and like if you reverse Nair and the character is behind you, if they're short, I feel like they can pancake underneath and stuff. And like having played against Pikachu already and having to deal with pancaking characters, I think it'd be really bad. Diddy beats every sortie except goes even with Cloud. Okay, yeah, that feels right. I'll try being a Kirby main for Brawl. I wonder if I can still go to a Brawl tournament. Probably, but like you'll top 8 your local. Just saying. Fair Nair hits short characters. Does reverse Nair hit short characters? The world wants to know. Plus down tilt. Ben, you really like down tilt. I need to use that move. You keep saying that it's like it's like matchup changing, and I just was not using it at all. So I'll start using down tilt more. If you short hop reverse Nair, it still hits. Okay. So I think Diddy Kong though, like Banana is just the neutral character. Like Shulk wins in neutral because of Sword. Banana beats Sword. Therefore, Diddy beats Shulk, right? Diddy Kong also has like that crazy combo game that like you can smash art to get out of, but then Diddy Kong can set up a ledge trap with like a banana, which is really scary. Then Diddy Kong can also get away from Shulk, and like it's hard to edgeguard Diddy Kong. Even with like Jump Monado, like Diddy Kong has so many mix-ups to get back to stage that it's going to be really hard to fight Diddy Kong. Down tilt is broken, free shield pressure. How minus is down tilt on shield? Have I just not looked up that? Down tilt is -12, -13 on shield. Okay, but like the hitbox is so massive that like the only other character that's hitting you for doing a down tilt is a Shulk, funnily enough. So I think Diddy is probably just -1. Like Diddy can get edge guarded by Shulk. Diddy can get outranged by Shulk. And so like -1 feels right. Lucas. Lucas probably does better than Ness in the matchup. Like PK Fire is better because like it's a single hit instead of a multi-hit that you can SDI. Lucas has a better forward air for the matchup, I feel. Not too much better. Out of shield game, like Ness's out of shield game is a non-factor against Shulk, whereas Lucas's is, I mean, it's still a non-factor, but like that is like one of the reasons why Ness is better than Lucas is because of the outer shield game. So when you take that away, but then give Lucas a better recovery, Lucas probably still gets outranged and spaced and stuff, but at the end of the day, Lucas has more tools to fight Shulk than Ness does. Lucas is a lot harder to edgeguard than Ness. Yeah, like you can up B from super far away, you can tether, you can do like I still think that since Lucas can't really fight Shulk on stage as well, yeah, Lucas is only scary off stage / on ledge, and yeah, that's the other thing. But you can get around the ledge trapping from Lucas with jump art. So there you go. Sonic. Top 2 character, top 1 character, maybe. Another thing I want to return in Smash is Ness and Lucas's victory theme. That'd be nice. We got Sonic. So, Mr. Speedy Boy. Sonic can whiff punish better than any other character in the game, and Shulk does not like getting whiff punished. The matchup is unwinnable. Give up. Yeah, true. So, is it though? We are talking about Mr. Potential here. Like, come on, it's Shulk. And Shulk can actually like, Shulk is faster than Sonic in speed mode. Like, there you go, Sonic. You lost. Even, but kind of boring. Just hold center stage and can't for speed art the matchup. Okay. There we go. I think that sums it up pretty well. Shulk in speed art beats Sonic. Shulk without speed art loses to Sonic. And then that's the matchup. Okay. I like that. King DDD. I hate this character. I hate DD. I keep losing to him, so hard to say. Shulk has the same range as DDD. DDD's hammer is very big. Shulk beats DDD when it comes to airspeed, and more of his moves being bigger. Gordo is not as much of a factor in the matchup, but like you get Gordo at the right range, Shulk can't beat it out with a move. So DDD, what can DDD do? So I still think it's +1. It's definitely not +2. It's probably -1 because you don't always have speed art and Sonic will be way faster than you. Yeah, that's, and like the thing is like you whiff in front of Sonic, Sonic hits you. And yeah, that's just hard. And like max range aerials against Sonic don't matter as much. I don't know. Sonic is a very good character. If you hate King DDD, why don't you get a friend to play as King DDD with you in Smash Brawl? I feel like I would do better against Smash Brawl DDD than I would against Ultimate DDD, if I'm being perfectly honest. Playing against Smash Brawl DDD is don't get grabbed. I can do that. I can play that way. I played Daisy, or in that game I would play Peach. So like, I would be able to play a game of don't get grabbed. Ultimate, I don't know what to do against this character. Yeah, but also Shulk lives forever against Sonic with Shield Art. Yeah, no, like, Sonic's kill confirms, like, if you get hit by a spin dash near your ledge, mash Shield Art and you're fine. It's like, even forward air is going to take so long to actually hit final animation. Yeah. You miss space your frame 13 nair or fair and get hit before your attack comes out. That matters more against other characters than Sonic, I'd say. Donkey Kong? Yes! Donkey Kong beats Shulk. Donkey Kong has more range than Shulk and bodies Shulk in close quarters, and Shulk really struggles in close quarters. And so, like, but the way he beats characters that beat him in close quarters, like Fox, is he outranges them. DK outranges him. So, I'm a DK believer. And good thing to keep in mind is, like, Akala went DK against Kome and beat him. So, like, there is evidence to back up the matchup. So. We need to vote DDD for a new character crisis stat so Tuesday can learn the counterplay. Please! Please! I need to know how to fight this stupid character. Yeah, it's probably still winning for Shulk, but I'm not going to say +2. I think DDD weirdly has tools to fight him. Olimar. Okay, so Olimar has better camp game than Shulk. Olimar, like Pikmin, Shulk can't effectively get Pikmin off of him. None of his moves are like really good. Like Nair, I think the hitbox for Nair goes around him. Hold on, I'm gonna switch this screen and we're going to. Oh wait, I already have it on this screen. I can just pull it over. Okay, so what moves does Shulk have to get Pikmin off of him? Jab 3? Not really. Forward tilt. What's the hitbox for this? Nope, not really gonna do it. Dare and up air to get rid of Pikmin. Ben, maybe you'll know. What was up air? Up tilt. Up tilt can get him off in certain angles. Down tilt's not doing it. Dash attack, not really doing it. Yeah, no, I'm not. Ugh, this is looking ugly. Nair can kind of do it, but like if you get the Pikmin latched on Shulk's head, like Nair will get it off his legs. It can get it off his head, but if you get it like on his chest, Game & Watch isn't +2. Hard disagree, Robbie. Shulk probably beats Olimar for similar reasons as Cloud. I don't know. Hard to say though. Like. Up air, okay, up air does get rid of Pikmin. And down air. But those are really laggy moves. So it's +1 if Game & Watch plays in a fun way, and +0 if Game & Watch plays boring. Disagree. No. Like you just play center stage as Shulk, and Game & Watch cannot approach. So you're gonna need to really talk me into this one, Robbie, but like I think Shulk hard beats Game & Watch. Olimar does get outranged by Shulk, but like, I feel like Shulk's moves are reactable. You can react whistle to Shulk's moves, and since they're single hit moves, Olimar can actually use that as an approach option. Like, I think it would be really good. Game & Watch doesn't need to approach. Him not approaching is a good thing. Yeah, neither does Shulk. Like, Shulk just, like, corners Game & Watch. Robbie does play Game & Watch. You just push Game & Watch to the corner, and then it's going to be really tough for him. Game & Watch has to approach against Shulk. Yeah, that's the thing. Unpopular opinion, Kirby is good in Ultimate. I agree with that, but it is an unpopular opinion. Shulk for me has a very basic moveset for a Smash character that is made nearly god tier by being able to easily cycle through those attributes. Yeah, no, Shulk is exactly like Shulk as a character. Very simple and very basic. If you want to play Monado-less Shulk, you can, and you'll probably still do okay with him. But Monados give you 5 new characters to play with. And that's the hard part about playing Shulk, is you have 5 characters as Shulk, or 6 characters to play Shulk, and you have to figure out how to best use those characters. So going with, I'll let you Game & Watch mains argue in the chat. I'm keeping Game & Watch in +2. Olimar, like, I think Olimar is either even or losing. Like, the only moves that really get a well-spaced Pikmin off of Shulk is going to be up air. And the other way you get Pikmin off of you, this is funny, the other way you get Pikmin off of you is by mashing. And Shulk can't really mash. He's really bad at that. Like, having played Olimar recently, like, I do understand a few things about this character. I feel like Olimar does good in Shulk. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on that, but I think Olimar's a good character. Except -1, but definitely not -2. I remember reading the only reason Shulk is an S tier is that he has so many possibilities it gets confusing to keep track of. Thought that was funny. We'll see. We'll see. I feel like it hasn't actually been the case for me where I feel overwhelmed by complexity with the character yet. Granted, I am still playing, like, Day 2 Shulk. I haven't learned his complicated stuff like dial storage yet. But, like, the thing about Shulk is your art tells you what to do. So, like, if you know what you want, you pick the correct art, and then you do it. So, like, I feel like for those reasons, like, Shulk isn't that complicated. The complicated part is, like, getting used to the Monados. I don't know. I think Shulk's easier than people think. I think there is complicated tech about Shulk, but I felt like Meta Knight's harder than Shulk. We'll see, though. We'll see. I'm still early in my days with Shulk. Playing Shulk does nerf your mental stack. Also, cooldowns can make it hard. It's not like Aegis. Yeah, no, okay. I think mental stack is definitely something I'll need to talk about with Shulk. Because the fact that you have access to 6 different characters at any given moment, knowing which character is right for the specific moment can be difficult. And then not everything being available also matters. Yeah, there's been times where, like, I just don't have jump art off stage and I'm just, like, trying to spam jump art and it just does not work. Lucario. Lucario gets outranged by Shulk. Lucario dies early to a well-used Smash Art Shulk. I will say, using Smash Art is kind of difficult. It's very broken, but actually effectively using it can be difficult. I feel like you need your opponent to be, like, in the corner. Anyways, back to Lucario. Aura Sphere is definitely pretty good, but I don't know. I feel like Lucario probably struggles against Shulk. Yeah, no, I don't know Lucario too well, but it feels like a hard losing. Rob! Okay, so Ben has been telling me that Rob is a -2 matchup, or at least, well, okay, a hard losing matchup, but hard losing in terms of Shulk. So Rob has down tilt, Rob has gyro, Rob has laser, Rob has 0 to death combos that, like, even if you, like, you can shield Monado through it, so, like, the 0 to death combos are not a factor. But Rob has some of the best zoning in the game, and Rob has hitboxes that are big enough to contest with Shulk, and even better frame data than Shulk in close quarters, which, as we've previously talked about, Shulk in close quarters sucks. Shulk at long range also sucks, like projectile range. So I can see this being a -2 matchup for Shulk. And then Rob being big, his only weakness, does not matter when you're only hitting him 1 or 2 times in a combo. So, no, I think this is a hard matchup for Shulk, for sure. Rob beats all sorties except loses to Yink and Aegis. Yeah, that feels right. Game & Watch, I'd put Marcina, Cloud, Shulk in that -0.5 has sword tier. He just gets -1 because DLC privilege, and the only real -2 matchup is ZSS and Ike and maybe Chrom. -2 against Ike is a hot take, but like I do see it because Game & Watch will just explode. And I kind of agree that Chrom could be a +2 matchup against Game & Watch. Personally think Zelda should be an A tier in Ultimate. We do have a really good Zelda main in our state who goes by Ty/Atlas. And yeah, no, like, they've put in good work with Zelda, so hard to say. Shulk doesn't care about up smash or down smash, though, for Game & Watch. I don't know. I will say, Robbie, you do have hot takes about Game & Watch. Okay, so who was I last talking about? Rob? Yeah, Rob beats Shulk. Toon Link. Okay, so Toon Link does get outranged, but I feel like Toon Link, out of the 3 Links, Toon Link has the most versatile projectile game in terms of, like, he has better air mobility, he has a really good boomerang, and his bomb kill confirm setups aren't really going to work against Shulk as part of the problem. Toon Link has really good movement. I have played Toon Link as a character. Like, I did kind of main him for a little while. So Toon Link, I don't know, I'm a Toon Link believer. Do I think Toon Link is even against Shulk? When I put it like that, no. I think ultimately Shulk does just outrange Toon Link, and being able to, like, shield Monado through, like, Toon Link struggles to kill. That is one of Toon Link's biggest weaknesses, and Shulk can just increase that possibility. Most people agree Ike is his worst matchup. I didn't realize that Ike is Game & Watch's worst matchup until you guys have said that, but that is kind of wild to think. Hard to agree, though. Wolf. Okay, so Wolf has Blaster, which is so huge in this matchup. Like we said, like, Shulk really struggles against characters that have good projectiles, and who has the best projectile in the game, arguably? Wolf does. And so Blaster can control a really good area of the stage, and but is that the only thing that Wolf has? I think that Wolf probably can find edges to make the matchup +1, or sorry, even for him, but at the end of the day, he does get edge guarded. He does lose the range game. Wolf is super even in opinion. Yeah, no, like I was thinking, like, Wolf mains have pushed this character pretty far. He just dies off stage. Yeah, but then Wolf can, like, also kill Shulk off stage, right? You just, like, throw out a good nair and Shulk will get hit by it and die. So I don't know. I agree with that take. Like, Blaster does so much for the matchup. Villager. Okay, so Slingshot is going to be annoying. Oh my god. So, like, Shulk, yeah, no, like, Bowling Ball also covers the areas that Shulk wants to recover towards, which I think matters a lot. You can also use Pocket. I don't know if it's gonna... Pocket has invulnerability frames for a very long time. If you use Pocket offensively, that's kind of... I want to experiment with that when I eventually get around to... Villager. Yeah, no, Shulk is in the... Wolf, sorry. Wolf is in the 0.5 tier along with Captain Falcon and Meta Knight, where Shulk wins, but it's only by a little bit. And I'm going to put Wolf in even for that reason. So we got Villager here. Villager can like not get edge guarded if he wants because he's got good tools for that. I don't know. I don't know enough about Villager to really confidently say. Is Tree going to be a factor in the matchup? Not really. It doesn't really keep Shulk out, but, well, kind of does. It forces Shulk to approach from... I don't know. I don't know enough to say. I want to say -1. That's what my gut is telling me, but, like, that feels wrong. I don't know. I'm gonna leave Villager here and move on to the next character and wait for somebody to mention something in chat about that take. Mega Man. Bowling Ball is really good. Shulk wins though. Ask Weezer. Well, Isabelle is a different character. Not having Bowling Ball matters in that matchup. I don't know. I'm leaving Villager and even. That's my... I want to say -1. I want to say -1, but that feels like... I don't know. You know what? I'm doing it. This is my matchup chart. I'm going off of my day 2 Shulk brain. It's telling me Villager wins, which is so funny to say. Oh, this is... I'm gonna get flamed for this. I know, Ben, you said Shulk wins, but I'm not feeling it. Shulk, Fair, and Nair go through the slingshot. If you just spam, he can't really do anything. Yeah, maybe, but, like, a Villager can just also play outside of Fair and Nair range, and, like, yes, you can shield Monado to break that, but, like, Villager can also, like, if Villager sets up a tree, sits far enough behind the tree that you can't, like, Fair through it and hit Villager, then Villager just has such strong control of the game. I don't know. And then, like, I don't know, I think Villager is probably pretty good. And then Villager does have crazy long invulnerability frames. Like, if we pull up ultimate frame data here, I'll show you... I learned this about Villager recently. Of course, I've never seen a Villager do this, so, like, this is pure speculation on my part. But if we go to Pocket, it has invulnerability from frames 5 through 23. That's massive. That can... And, like, you time that against Shulk, because all of Shulk's moves are, like, single hit, I feel like you can use Pocket to get through Shulk's stuff. Call me crazy, but that's how I feel. I don't know. Mega Man. So, Mega Man has great projectile game. Pellets are going to be super annoying against Shulk because Shulk's going to start up a move, get hit by a pellet, and then he won't have his move anymore. And that sounds terrifying to deal with. Why would Villy use Pocket when he can parry, though? I mean, yeah, true. Like, I guess parry is, like, something that's really good against Shulk. But if you want to, like, land on a Shulk, you could use parry, or you could use Pocket. I need to play as Villager before I can, like, confirm this, like, crazy talk I'm thinking about. But Shulk wins, but not that hard. Against Villager or against Mega Man? Because against Mega Man, I think Mega Man wins. Pellets are going to be so annoying, then you have, like, so many projectiles that you can play with. And Leaf Shield, I think, probably loses to Shulk. Mega Man, I don't know. Like, I want to believe in Mega Man here. I've seen Jared King's matchup chart. Mega Man Shulk is even, probably. See, I don't know if I believe that. Like, it probably is even, like... I don't know. I feel like Mega Man does really good under Shulk. Just jump over the pellets, outrange the anti-airs. Okay. Yeah, I guess Shulk Factor can do that. If I have Villager down here, I have no reason not to have Mega Man down here, right? And the thing is, if you start jumping over the pellets, then Mega Man can start up-airing you. Like, I feel like Mega Man can juggle Shulk pretty well. I don't know. I want to put this here. I'm going to say what my heart's telling me. This is my matchup chart. Fight me. Wii Fit. So Wii Fit has two really good projectiles, Sun Salutation, Header, and as we've covered, Shulk loses to projectiles. But every other aspect of the kit, like if Wii Fit gets Deep Breathing, Shulk can camp Wii Fit, which like you just mix up between Speed Art and it's like I feel like the matchup against Wii Fit is you wait for Wii Fit to Deep Breathe, and then you camp them using Speed Art and Jump Art, and then once Wii Fit doesn't have Deep Breathing anymore, that's when you go in. Wouldn't Shield Art counteract Mega Man up airs? Would he fall down through it? That's a good question. Wii Fit stance changes nothing compared to Shulk's. Exactly. Like, Shulk's is so much faster, so much more, like, dangerous, and if Wii Fit is starting to, like, land some, like, if you do mess up and Wii Fit is hitting you with Deep Breathing, switch to Shield Art, and then you'll take a ton of less damage. So, like, I think Wii Fit probably loses, especially if you play the matchup in a very specific way. Luma and Rosalina. So Rosalina and Luma, the puppet characters can matter a lot, but the thing about fighting against sword characters as Rosalina and Luma, the matchup definitely depends on whether or not you can like turn around shield to protect Luma, because like the way Rosalina is facing, she'll so Wii Fit camps ledge, it's even. Yeah, but then you can like forward air and still hit them on the ledge and stuff. So like, I don't know. I feel like Wii Fit would really struggle. I would need to see a Wii Fit fighting a Shulk to really get a feel for the matchup, but I want to say Shulk beats Wii Fit hard. So Rosalina and Luma, you can so like when you turn around with Rosalina and Luma, like if you want to protect Luma and like Luma's close to dying, you have your back facing your opponent, so that way they hit the back of your shield. But Shulk's moves go through the shield, and it's going to hit Luma. So it's going to be really easy to like knock away Luma and stuff, and then so like I feel like Shulk of all the characters can really do well killing Luma, and like you can just go Smash Art at low percents and Luma will just get obliterated. So I don't know, feels like a hard matchup for Rose and Luma. Little Mac. Okay, so Little Mac is going to really struggle against Shulk probably because like best edge guarding in the game. But again, against Little Mac, having the best edge guarding or having some of the best edge guarding in the game doesn't necessarily matter that much because like every character is good at edge guarding Mac. So if your edge guarding is better than other characters, it doesn't matter. But no, like it's still Little Mac. And like when he has KO Punch, you can do the camping thing I mentioned of like switch between speed and jump. And like I feel like Shulk lives a KO Punch in Shield Art mode, and then like you can probably cheese Mac at really low percent using Smash Art. So you go into Smash Art, you like back throw Mac off stage, and then you've set up a ledge guard situation as Shulk against Little Mac. Yeah, no, that sounds so hard. Shield Art KO Punch? I don't know. I want to see what that interaction would be like. Because like Shulk's shield gets, and also Little Mac's really good at breaking shields, right? Shulk's shield gets twice as strong, so I can test it now. Yeah, let's go to my Switch. Ooh. There we go. This game took really long to come out. KO Punch kills Shulk at roughly 100%. That's crazy in Shield Art. Yeah, so like I want to also see like what happens when you like shield as Shield Art Shulk. Although I can still do testing. I'm just gonna have to two-hand controller it. And then go to Little Mac. How do I quickly build up KO Punch in training mode? I guess I could just do this. Created a meme to commemorate this event, posted in the Smashville Discord. You want me to like show it on stream? Oh, okay, yeah, okay, it's CPU Mac. I thought I was already on controller Little Mac. Okay, we're gonna set my damage to 100, and we'll see how far it gets me. Okay, and then we'll set the Little Mac to control, and then the Little Mac will come up. Shield Art Shulk, and then KO Punch. It does kill. So we're gonna set Shulk's percent to 75, and then we'll see where that goes. Little Mac is lightweight. Does falling up air combo into up tilt? Hold on. I should have comboed that better. I think it definitely can. Let's set the CPU behavior to return to the stage. Would I? 75% is way too high. Start the number at like 40. I'm gonna be Shield Art Shulk though, and I'm really curious. Like, it did kill at, I don't know. I feel like starting at 40 is too low. Okay. Okay. Shield Art and the. I shouldn't have gone Shield Art this early. Okay. Okay. This Mac hold. I think 40 shielded will still die. That's my bet. All right. $5? $5? All right. I need to get Shield Art back. I think if you set CPU damage to 99, then switch it back to 0, you'll get KO Punch instantly. Okay. Okay. I'll try that. All right. Okay. Shulk lives at 75. Robbie, you are wrong. Very, very wrong. Shulk should live with DI. I wasn't even DIing. So, like, Shield Art being able to live, KO Punch is crazy. And then we also got, like, if I go into... Okay, wait, before I do this. Okay, it is control. If I go into Shield Art and hold this, and then smash attack as Little Mac, you just don't break shields. Yeah, no, Shield Art is crazy good. I did that with one hand, by the way. Or two controllers with one hand, by the way. I will say, like, recording videos for the Character Crisis, what it's been is whenever I get to, like, the training mode part of the video, I will usually have, like, a setup in mind where it's like, ooh, I want Samus to dash attack Ridley, or I want to F smash Ridley to bait Samus into the dash attack, so then I can, like, punish Samus. And then what ends up happening is, like, I have to do this, like, weird, like, I've used my feet to control characters before while trying to, like, record those scenes. It's so complicated, and I wish I had someone to help me with it. It's really funny. Also, you can up B out of shield is very unsafe tilt and smash attack. Yeah, like, no shit, Sherlock. Little Mac loses to Shulk. Is what we've figured out. Ridley too big? Nah, Shulk too big. Yeah, no, his up B is huge. So, yeah, no, Little Mac loses. All right, we got Greninja. Greninja is probably going to do really good against Shulk. Great dash attack, great shuriken, like water shuriken's going to be really annoying for Shulk to deal with. Like, if Shulk isn't going to get comboed super hard by Greninja, but I feel like Greninja is like Sheik tier of stuff. Greninja is even or slightly losing for Shulk. Yeah, no, like, it's not like a crazy hard losing matchup, but like I'm putting Greninja in the Sheik tier. Yeah, no, like, interesting matchup, but, like, yeah. Poyo tier saying that Kirby is just a nightmare matchup or just a meme. Poyo tier is Kirby without, Kirby just on its own, hard loses to Shulk. Kirby with Kirby with the Monado is the most broken character in all of Smash Bros. History. You know what? I need to make a video where it's like weakest characters in Smash and strongest characters in Smash, and then it's just like Kirby with Monado, and then the weakest character is like Solomar. I need to write this down. Hold on. carry a little notebook around with me for video ideas and stuff. It's been really helpful, actually. I'm gonna title the video like, off the top of my head, title for the video is going to be Ganon is not the weakest character in Smash, or conversely, Steve is not the strongest character in the game. What does Little Mac win? Little Mac, I think Little Mac's a good character, or a decent character at the very least. Not against Shulk though, but against like characters that you want to fight up close with, and like Little Mac has the burst range to like beat a bunch of character. What tier is Kirby in? Kirby is in Poyo tier, because that matchup is really weird and Kirby specific, because Kirby just becomes a god when Kirby inhales Shulk. Slash. Alright, look forward to that video someday very far soon out in my channel, but like, it'll be a banger. It'll be a banger when I make it. Kirby with Monado and like Solomar being examples like the weakest and strongest characters in Smash history. Mac beats Ganon and Icy's okay counterpick character. Yeah, no, I think Little Mac's like surprisingly good in Ultimate. He's just the strongest character on the ground, and if your character like needs a lot of ground game to be good and can't really like air camp Mac super effectively, Little Mac becomes really strong and really hard to deal with. I think Swordy's actually really struggle against Little Mac, controversially. I think Little Mac beats Robin. My Little Mac doesn't beat Star's Robin, but like, I don't feel like Johnning today. I mean, Star's really good. He's making a run for like PR potentially. Keeps making top 8. Okay, Mii Brawler. So Mii Brawler is definitely losing. Mii Brawler does not like swordy characters, and Shulk is going to be the swordy character, and his only projectile is shot put, which not the greatest. It can hit a Shulk trying to snap to ledge, which is really good and is relevant. But Shulk can shield Monado through Thrupper, which is really good. I would say you would probably want to play a Soaring Axe Kick set against a Shulk. But I still feel like, even with so like the set that you would want to use against Shulk is like Soaring Axe Kick, Shot Put, probably Suplex, although Burning Dropkick could, if you know how to do ABK, is going to be very good. Shot Put is still cracked. Yeah, no, it's a good move. It's like good to great. Soaring Axe Kick is bigger than Air Slash Lamau. Yeah, no, like actually, Soaring Axe Kick is a really great out of shield option. And I feel like Shulk's going to struggle spacing against that. So you definitely want Soaring Axe Kick against Shulk. And then for your down B, it's Feint Jump. So like, given that moveset, it's not impossible for Mii Brawler. But it is going to be a harder matchup than usual. But I think Mii Brawler can do fine. It also outranges Ether. Man. Yeah, I think Soaring Axe Kick is frame 8. It's a great move. The thing about Mii Brawler is all of his up specials are great. It's just that Helicopter Kick sometimes falls out, and that really sucks. Mii Sword Fighter. I don't know much about this character besides that he's got very good... Like, I love that I went through like this whole deep dive of like, oh yeah, this is the moveset that Mii Brawler would use, here's why he would use it, blah 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 blah. And then for Mii Sword Fighter and Mii Gunner, it's going to be like, I don't know what their moves do. Perfectly honest here. Like, Mii Sword Fighter has projectiles. Mii Sword Fighter has good camp game. Does that mean he does good into Shulk? I don't know. I don't know these characters. Sword Fighter def loses. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, Brawler's out of shield is really good because like he's got a great up smash. He's got 2 up B out of shields that are really good, and like if you want frame 3 up B out of shield, you got Thrupper. If you want a long reaching one, you got Soaring Axe Kick. Heli Kick is a very dangerous out of shield option. It's just inconsistent. So like, yeah, no. Mii Sword and Gun probably loses. Very annoying matchup though. Yeah, no, like, fighting Mii Sword Fighter is just annoying in general. Still hard to say how much he loses. If you say it's annoying, I'm gonna take your word for it and put it in just +1. And then Me Gunner. Is Me Gunner Samus tier? Of like Charge Shot. Ledge. No, you don't get Ledge Trapped. I can testify the Doc being +2. Yeah, no, poor Doc. Poor Mac though. I feel like Mac loses harder. Okay. Palutena. Palutena actually does pretty good with Shulk. She can really bully Shulk in close quarters, which of course, as we've talked about before, is really tough for Shulk to deal with. Teleport recoveries means that Shulk is not really going to be edgeguarding her. She does have a bad 2-frame, so like Shulk can fish for a 2-frame. She's got auto reticle and explosive flame, so like it could be really tough. Jared is King thinks it's even. I mean, I can see why, but I think Halu is still a very great character and has very good tools into the matchup. And like auto reticle probably beats Shulk. He can't jump much plus projectiles. Yeah, and like you can't really shield art Palutena kill confirm because like down tilt back there. That's more of a DI check. Like it happens so fast that you gotta like read without they're gonna go for it. Not -2 or anything. Okay, yeah, maybe I'm wrong in saying it's a -1, but at the very least, I think it's losing. Yeah, no, that feels better. Pac-Man. Okay, I got an awesome clip on Pac-Man yesterday. If you guys weren't here for the stream, I'll pull it up for you. We're going to go to my lives. We're gonna go to this one.
He's got a good ring.
Sorry. Watch this clip.
Maybe that can be part of the combo video. Is me saying that and then immediately off stage backslashing.
Ooh! Yes! Yes! I did it! I got the off-stage backslash. So, like, I got to land that yesterday, and it felt amazing. Such a niche combo. And the fact that down tilt goes through Hydrant and then hit Pac-Man and then just set up that combo, it was one in a million. And yeah, I love that. Anyways, back to the actual matchup. Pac-Man can really struggle to like get through. Like if you want to like if Pac gets comfortable getting fruit, you can then like switch to Shield Monado and get in there. Pac has to sit at a farther distance away from his hydrant in order for you to not just like attack him through it. You can down tilt is broken. I keep telling you. I mean, that was the most broken usage of down tilt I have ever had, and I'm just getting started. So you're right. So I think Pac-Man gets outranged, and like, while Pac-Man does have good projectiles, it takes him a while to get to them. And Shulk can't really break Hydrant unless he's in Buster mode, I believe, because I think Hydrant is % based. I don't know. It's a weird matchup. I'm going to say +1 just because like you completely outrange Pac-Man. Uh-oh. Pac-Man's ghosting. The ghosts got Pac-Man. Okay, there we go, it fixed. Alright, yeah, no, Pac-Man's weird. Robin. So, Robin gets great mileage from having massive aerials and ledge trapping. You wanna know what Shulk does? He has bigger aerials and ignores the ledge trapping phase of the game with Jump Monado. So, like, already, two of Robin's greatest strengths got nerfed. Robin does have better, like, great projectile game with, like, Thunder and sort of things. But isn't Robin Nair, like, 2 pixels bigger than Shulk Nair? Oh, is it? Oh, I think you're actually right. Even that, Robin low-key pretty even? Really? I do think Robin is a better character than people think. He has giant anti-airs, and yeah, no, Shulk does struggle against anti-airs. Okay. And like the projectiles are really good. from that B person. Yeah, no, the person who's doing the like, here's a interesting fact about Robin every single day, and they're still getting such niche little facts out about Robin. It's really fun. It's really funny. Okay, so Robin has aerials that can contest with Shulk, and those aerials hit really hard. So, like, and it's hard to like get a shield Monado out in time for them. And yeah, no, like, and then the projectile game. Okay, low key even. All right, we'll run with that. Bao Jiao, Bowser Jr. What does he do? He can like break zones really fast with like Mecha Koopa, but like his projectiles suck. So that's not going to be a really big factor in the matchup. He can get gimped pretty easily. You just fair him again. And you can also, if he's going low for something, you can like just up B him. I don't know. It feels like losing. Is it hard losing though? I imagine it's pretty easy to hit Junior's head while he's using side B and knock him out of it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because Shulk's aerials are just so big. I'm gonna say +2. Like, I don't know. It sounds hard for Bowser Jr. to really get anything going against Shulk. And if he starts doing like his stupid like little up air combo thing, just go Shulk. Just go Smash Art, and like he'll only deal like 30% to you instead of 50. Okay, Duck Hunt. Okay, this is a character I'm actually knowledgeable about. So Duck Hunt is a weird one. Duck Hunt has like Clay Pigeon and can against Shulk. Shulk can I'm gonna say can a lot. The next few sentences. Shulk can hit the can with his big aerials, and being able to be far enough away from can that even if Duck Hunt hits the can, Shulk can. Geez, so many cans. Shulk will hit the can before the can can hit Shulk, and it'll then explode far away from him. And so then, like when Duck Hunt tries setting up the rest of his stuff, Shulk will have time to get in and just outrange Duck Hunt when he gets to like the specific ranges, and then if Duck Hunt wants to like do silly stuff with like side B Clay Pigeon combos, Shulk can cheat his way out of it. So I don't know. I think it's probably really hard for Duck Hunt. Shield Art nullifies skill components. Yeah, that's what I was just mentioning. So like Duck Hunt, interesting character, but I don't know. Shulk kind of beats interesting characters. I need more water. I'll step away for a second. Hey. Where are we at? The Shotos. Okay, so what do Shotos want? To get in. What does Shulk do? Keep you out. So Ryu does have a better fireball game than Ken. So like I'm willing to give Ryu even, but even then, if you get like if you start doing the whole if you start landing a whole combo string against Shulk, Shulk can then Shield Art the Shoryuken and then switch to Smash Art and hard punish you for it. So like I'm giving Ryu +1 just because he's got a good fireball game, but Ken, yeah, no, Ken's all about combos that can be SDI'd, and you just go Smash Art, you just get SDI out of it. Nah, that sounds super hard for our boy Ken. I need to play more Ken in Street Fighter. He is my next character crisis, and I have, well, okay. Meta Knight is the next character crisis video I'm releasing. After Meta Knight, I have to release a Ken video, and I've only played one day of Ken, so... Ken is super fast, though. Yeah, no, he's fast, but, like, still loses. All right, Cloud. This is a losing matchup for Cloud. How bad is it losing? I don't know. So Cloud doesn't like being outranged. Cloud doesn't like being knocked off stage. And if you're really fast with it, if Cloud like climb hazards you, you can like switch to Shield Monado and then potentially get a harder punish. I don't know Cloud Shulk well enough to say. Spargo says -1. Yeah, I don't know if I want to go so far as saying this is a +2 matchup for Shulk, because like ultimately Cloud is still very good, and like I feel like Cloud's frame data is like, if Shulk is shielding, if Shulk is at a range where Cloud is back airing your shield, Shulk is losing that interaction. Well, yeah, because backslash is actually a good mix-up / burst option against Cloud. In what instances? I gotta know, because I do love a good use of backslash. But yeah, no, I think +1 feels right. Bear spam. If they're spamming, oh, okay, because they're spacing it, and then backslash, you kind of like go back a little bit first. Let me check that. Do you like move backwards as part of backslash? Your hitbox kind of shifts down a little bit, and that's kind of fun. That's kind of funny. Okay, next character, Corrin. So, Corrin has a big sword. You want to know who has a bigger sword? Yes, it is Shulk. Man, it is fun being able to say that. No, because backslash kills if it hits characters' backs. Oh, of course. Of course, that makes so much sense. Right, it's called backslash. I need to remember this. Okay, so Corrin, what does Corrin do? So good against back airs. Corrin also has to do falling aerials too. Yeah, and like against Corrin, I feel like Corrin will try to like max space an aerial, and then you just air slash it. And I feel like Corrin's gonna really struggle against that. Corrin is probably not bad into Shulk though. I don't know, like my gut's saying even. Corrin's a pretty decent character, and like being able to like you're not gonna want to like falling nair on Shulk, but even if you did do that, I don't know. Corrin has pretty decent frame data. Corrin does get outranged, but like I don't want to like Corrin doesn't get edge guarded either. I don't know. I want to say even. Okay. Bayo. All right. Smash Art. Smash Art being able to SDI Bayo combos is so huge. And then since Bayo's combos last so long, you can also shield art it. Man, I wonder what would have happened if people had picked up more Shulk by the end of Smash 4. You can probs edge guard Corrin with Dare. Yeah, but like Dare's kind of laggy and slow, and Corrin has enough. Like imagine Corrin like stalls for a second using the neutral B. Like Corrin has enough ways to do things against Cloud. Shulk could actually shield art against Bayo in Smash 4. Yeah, and like if you like that like Bayo in Smash 4, I feel like her one losing matchup was probably Shulk. Like in like Ultimate, Shulk is a better character than he was in Smash 4. Correct me if I'm wrong. And Bayo is a worse character than she was in Smash 4. So like going from potentially losing matchup to hard losing matchup, I feel like that's fair. And then Bayo, like I don't know. Bayo does not, like if Bayo ever hits your shield, or you can, I think her frame data is bad enough that you can air slash it. So like, I don't know, it feels like a hard matchup for Bayo. I love putting my hard matchups in the same tier together. You know what, maybe I am going to pick up Shulk. Maybe Mr. Potential is the one for me. Okay, Inkling. Inkling has a really great dash dance, and can probably do a good job burst ranging Shulk. Inkling is not going to be able to booyah. Yeah, Inkling loses to Nair. Yeah, no, I'm starting to think that, like, Inkling probably loses. Like, yeah, no, being able to beat out Booyah, like, Booyah does matter, but, like, against Shulk, it doesn't matter as much. Inkling's Bear is not going to beat Nair. Yeah, no, Inkling just gets outranged. Something funny is Game & Watch Bayo was even in Smash 4 because you could hold up B out of Bayo's combos and kill her off the top. Ooh. Yeah, like, I feel like the metagame of Smash Ultimate is much stronger in general against Bayo, which is why we haven't seen Bayo do as good, even though she's still a great character. Meister was the Bayo Slayer back in the day. He was a low-tier hero back then. How did they buff Ultimate, or how did they buff Game & Watch from, like, Smash 4 to Ultimate? I really want to hear, because, like, yeah, obviously Game & Watch is really good in this game now, but if he has such a crazy matchup spread now, what was it, like, why was his matchup spread, was he just not, like, discovered back in Smash 4? Everything? Okay, well. Alright, Ridley, hey, DK tier. Heavy character that does not get bodied by combos, and when these characters don't get bodied by combos, they dominate. Ridley also has Plasma Breath, which is going to be really hard for Shulk to deal with, so Shulk will be like forced to use Jump on Auto to recover high, and Ridley is actually really good at covering like people going high. Ridley Shulk is even. I could see it being even because Shulk has enough tools to get out of getting like edge trapped. So like the fact that he does not get bodied by Plasma Breath as compared to other characters, like if he gets hit by it, he probably dies. Ridley Advantage State is super good. It is really good. I'm a big fan of Ridley. After all, so I do think that Ridley Shulk is not a terrible matchup. Shulk does slightly outrange Ridley, but only slightly. And I feel like Ridley probably has enough going for him that it's not terrible. Yeah. Okay, Belmonts. So, Belmonts have really good projectile game, and Shulk is going to struggle with that, but their projectiles also... Well, okay. Belmonts? Do the Belmonts outrange Shulk? I feel like they do. And then they get edge guarded, but like they get edge guarded by everybody, so like that doesn't matter too much. Yeah, no, Belmonts die off stage, but that's true in every matchup. So like the fact that they can dominate Shulk in the neutral, like their projectiles are really great. Their whips being longer than Shulk matters a lot. They do have pretty niche kill confirm setups. I can see that. Being able to shield art down B to forward smash. Yeah, no, like, and like also if you're in smash art, you can like SDI the holy water. So like it's not winning matchup for Shulk because of smash and jump art. I want to say even. I know you're saying winning, but something about me is saying that the Belmonts are not as bad as people think. Like. And I feel like they have the tools to do fine into this matchup. They do lose off stage, but they consistently win neutral. They don't ledge trap super well, so like the fact that you can jump out of the corner against them is really good. Like the Belmonts can't corner Shulk, which matters. Okay, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. With Smash Art, you can just push them off stage at 50% and fair them. Okay, so like Little Mac reasoning, where you can do that, except they have more tools than Little Mac. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. King K. Rool. King K. Rool has really good projectiles, honestly. Although, I think you were... the good boy here... Oh, just saw your Ridvid. Thanks. Ridvid is actually doing really hot. Like, I think it's my best performing video as of... You know what? Let me check the video. Let me see how I'm doing. Ridley video. Yeah, no, it's got 8,000 views. My last most popular videos, 8,000 views. And it's still only a couple days old. So, like, let's go, Ridley. Anyways, back to this. So, we got... What were we talking about? King K. Rool. So Buster Dare beats King K. Rool Crown, which is not something I personally experimented with, but the fact that that's a thing and that you can break K. Rool's armor is very good in the matchup. I also gotta know how belly armor works. Like, is belly armor percent based? Because if it is, then like Shulk can probably break belly pretty easily. Shulk also can edgeguard King K. Rool really well. Belmonts are tough because our frame data is so much slower than them. If they play a good keep-out game, it's tough for Shulk to even get close. The only thing Shulk has is good offstage. Yeah, no, but like every character has good offstage against Belmonts. The frame data being slower, like if you both forward air, Belmont wins. But like, I do agree with Ben that Shulk does not get edge guarded by them. I'm gonna say even. I'm gonna go back to even. Because like Shulk is gonna be the one who needs to initiate in the match and then get in, but Cross is gonna make it really hard to get in. But if you do get in with a smash art and can forward throw them, then you probably win that interaction. But yeah, no, like you're gonna lose most interactions. Okay, I'm back to even on Shulk. I'm back to even on Belmonts. But back to King K. Rool. King K. Rool. Be sure to check out some other ones too. Shulk loses to Villager. Villager's my main. It didn't feel that way. I am theory crafting here. I've not played Villager, and I do not have the most Villager experience. So I said Villager beats Shulk because Slingshot could be really annoying. You can bowling ball Shulk, and you can also pocket through his stuff if you want to use it defensively. But like, I don't play Villager, so like I don't know how good that is. And you're both saying Shulk beats Billy. Alright. I will give up my gut feeling on Villager and put him where he belongs. In the dirt. Sorry, Villager. You're just not. You're a great Smash 4 character. Okay. Alright. So my hot take about Villager was very ill-informed, it sounds like. Which, yeah, sounds about right. I say that's a no, but -1 is much I don't like. Okay. Back to King K. Rool. Having Crown Armor lose to Buster is pretty tough. Having, and like, I feel like against a lot of King K. Rools, they have such muscle memory ingrained into them of like throw out Crown that you could probably just hit them with Buster Dare over and over again and like make them learn. Belly Armor has a certain amount of HP rather than being knockback based. That's what I thought. So like Buster is going to be very good against King K. Rool. The images are so cute. I know, it's such a fun little graphic. Shoutouts to... Yeah, anyways. King K. Rool. I'm going to say +1. Honestly, +2 matchup. I know like Shulk does not... Shulk whiff punishes him. Yeah, no, like I know I said like Shulk usually doesn't do well into heavies, but like of all the heavies, like he definitely does good against King K. Rool. Isabelle. Isabelle is, yeah. So like the reasons I was saying Villager was better is because he has Bowling Ball, but then I fought an Isabelle the other night, and it felt so easy. And I was very wrong about Villager. Villager is definitely a hard losing matchup. Or no, just losing. Incineroar. I love Incineroar. I don't think he does well into Shulk. Because like the thing about Incin is he bodies you in close quarters combat. If you ever have to interact with Incineroar, you're losing the interaction. Like that's how Incin works. But Shulk wins those interactions, right? Is the art on the website? It's... The link is here. I cannot post the link in Streamlabs, but I can post it here. So we'll just drop a quick little thing here. Incineroar is going to be hard losing to Shulk, and while you can like revenge, the thing about Shulk is like if you ever stack up revenge against a Shulk, you can just run away. You can just put on Jump Monado, get out of there. Speed Monado, like Speed Monado versus Incin has got to be the funniest thing. Shulk smash attacked through my falling tree and killed me. I felt cheated. Ensign Shulk low-key feels kinda even. Buster against Revenge is death. Smash Art is death. Having played Ensign, I don't think it's even. I on small stages. Yeah, ban the small stages. Do not let Ensign have small stages. If you're, I guess it's rule set dependent. Like if you're a triple ban rule set like Utah can let you ban all the small stages, and then you have to play like Town and City against Ensign, and that's still gonna be really good for. Ensign can kill Shulk at 20 in Smash Art. I believe it. But like, you just play a non-interactive game against Instant Aurora. You just never, like, you just can't interact with Instant Aurora. And like, yeah, obviously people make mistakes and will get hit. But I think Ensign will probably do very fine I think Shulk can play in a way that just completely invalidates Ensign. As much as I love Ensign, Ensign can revenge Shulk aerials on reaction. I guess that's true. It is a frame 3 counter. You have to play lame against Ensign. Like, every character should play lame against Ensign. That's just the truth. Knowing that you can revenge... Well, like, here's the thing, though. If Ensign gets revenge off of a aerial, you then play extra lame. You just run away from him, you turn on Speed Monado, and then you just go zooming across the stage, and when Ensign's trying to, like, run after you, because, like, I wanna show you guys something. I used Sonic as my example in the video. I'm gonna use Speed Monado Shulk to really highlight how slow Ensign is. Yeah, and like, you're not gonna edgeguard Ensign super easily. He is good against that. But we're gonna go to. Oh, oops. I have never seen that menu before. Hold on. Collection. I've never clicked on this. Okay, it's like World of Light stuff. Got it. Yeah, we're gonna go here. We're gonna go to custom stages. I made this to highlight how slow Ensign was compared to Sonic. But now we're gonna compare him to Speed Monado. World of Light, lame. Yeah, kind of. I would. Subspace Emissary was goated. Bring it back. Alright. Let's start over here. I'm gonna switch to Speed Monado, and then... yeah, it's so bad. That's how you beat Ensign, by the way. Just run away.
No contest.
Alright, now I need to go set up my music again. Was that worth it? Was that worth showing off? I don't know, I feel like it was. It was fun. I kind of want to do a speed comparison like Sonic Shulk now, but maybe later. Okay. It is a thunderstorm outside. Lovely. Piranha Plant. Okay, Piranha Plant's a weird character. It's kind of hard to do following aerials on Piranha Plant, especially if he's, like, using Patooey really well. You're not gonna get ledge trapped by him, but Piranha Plant is also just, like, very heavy. I don't want to say even. It does not feel even. But I don't want to say +2 either. Gut's telling me +1. Piranha Plant, like, Patooey is the matchup, right? But Patooey is very good. And Shulk can really struggle to, like, land on Piranha Plant. And Shulk likes landing on characters. Oh no. Feels like only +1. Still good matchup for Shulk. Alright. We are finally on to the DLC of Smash Ultimate. Am I going to make it to my local on time? Good heavens. Probably. It's not that far away. Joker is even. Yeah, I can see that. So, like, Joker is fast and small and when he's got Arsene, he hits hard, but like Shulk can camp Arsene, which not every character can. And I feel like that's a big part of playing against Joker is once he gets Arsene, you just gotta play lane. And I feel like Joker is like also in like Sheik and Greninja tier, except he does not have a good projectile, and that matters a lot against Shulk. Buster eats up Arsene meter. That's the other thing. Like if you find a Shulk Monado can be like the Monado is the counterplay to Arsene. Every single Monado mode is counterplay to Arsene. Like speed and jump let you run away. Shield lets you survive attacks you otherwise shouldn't. Then you have what's fourth? Buster eats up Arsene meter, and if he gets Arsene at later in the stock, like 60-70%, Smash Art just kills him. So like, although I will say Smash Art against Arsene Joker is asking for trouble. So probably not that one. But like, yeah, no, I feel like, honestly, I'm starting to say that. Like, Joker is very, very good character. But if you play it a specific way against Joker to try to like counter his strengths, I feel like you can beat Joker. And Joker guns Shulk off stage. Okay. Well, if they both edge... But Shulk has enough ways to like beat gun. That like, you can like up B early, you can jump Monado, like... I want to say +1. I love to fight Joker with my main. With Villager, right? That'd be cool. Like, Joker's a fun matchup. Generally, I think Joker is my favorite matchup in the game. I also am very confident in how to fight Joker. So, like, this is part of the reason why I want to say +1, is because, like, I know if I was playing as Shulk versus Joker, I would play in a very specific way. So even because Joker is broken, not after he got nerfed. After he got nerfed, I think he's fine. I think he's still good. He's still a top tier. Well, he's a top tier because he has such a narrow hurt box. That is why I think Joker is a top tier. The other attributes, but like, Shulk doesn't really care about the narrow hitbox, right? Yeah, I don't think Joker is like obscenely broken. That's why like Leo hasn't been like winning everything with Joker, even though he's been playing Joker again. Bowling ball, yeah, true. Shulk cares about projectile spam. Yeah, and like Joker doesn't have a good projectile. Okay, hero. Okay, we're back to weirdo characters. What do I think about this matchup? My goodness. I guess you can like speed Monado to keep Hero from powering up, but then you run out of speed Monado, and then Hero powers up, and then, yeah. Hero is even. I hate Hero. Dude, I don't hate Hero, but I have lost to a good amount of heroes to, like, cheese. And, like, I don't know. He's kind of a bad character, but he's also kind of a broken character. Hero's a weird one. Celorado versus Jampart is mad fun. Yeah, no, the battle of the characters, that did not. I accidentally kicked my hard disk drive, and it made some noises from spinning. I should probably eject that. Hold on. I'm going to eject my hard drive. No, I like Hero versus Shulk being even. That makes sense, because, like, I don't know. Hero is such a weird character, man. Banjo. Banjo has really good projectile game. So, like, Banjo being able to have, like, eggs and grenades, like we've already mentioned, Shulk really does not like that. If Banjo's going to be trying to do something cheeky with, if you fight a Turbo Macro Banjo, Shulk can actually beat Turbo Macro Banjo because of Shield Art and Smash Art. That is so funny. Shulk is so broken, man. Banjo is super even. He is worse Snake. Yeah, no, that feels pretty accurate. Like, Banjo has the projectiles to be super annoying against Shulk, But at the end of the day, Banjo also is just not a great character, and Shulk is a good character. If Banjo is a better character, Shulk would lose the matchup. Exactly. That's literally what it... yeah. Terry. Terry is... okay. So, I have Terry hate. King DDD and Terry are my two most hated characters in the game. So how does Shulk do against Terry? Probably pretty good. Like, Shulk can edgeguard, and Terry really sucks off stage, and Shulk can just brainlessly edgeguard him. Shulk definitely beats Terry, because, like, you don't let Shulk get go percent, and, like, with Smash Art, you can also, like... I feel like playing against Terry is just, like, Smash Art at around 50% and try to set up an edgeguard. I need to do that against more characters, honestly. I'm gonna, like, implement that with my Shulk, is just 50% Smash Art, because it's a high enough percent where you can get, and people want to shield against you when you do that, and so then if they shield against you, you run up, grab F throw, edge guarding situation. So, like, Terry is still a very strong character. You can shield art through his stuff. Yeah, no, this sounds like a terrible matchup. I understand DDD, but what does Terry make you angry? I think you just barely found my Character Crisis series. Go watch the rest, like, go watch my DK video, go watch my Roy and Crom video. I fight Terry in bracket, and I get destroyed by Terry bullshit, and so Terry just tilts me. Terry be mashing, and I lose to the mashing. Everybody be mashing. Byleth. Byleth has the range to actually, like, contest Shulk. Byleth's projectile is not very good, but she also just doesn't get edge-guarded very easily by Shulk. You can jump art edge-guard Byleth, so it's not impossible, but if you're above 50%, you don't want to do that. Byleth can be just, like, a really... Byleth's an interesting character. I feel like it's probably even. There's nothing really pulling me to say, like, one character does better than the other. Byleth is either even or slight winning for Shulk. Yeah, no, like, potentially better for Shulk than Byleth, but, like, Byleth also has some really good tools, so... Byleth Nair is annoying. It certainly is. That move is really messed up. Min Min. So, Min Min... I feel like Shulk probably does pretty well on the Min Min, actually. Not super great, because, like, Min Min does have more range than Shulk, and that is really hard. But Shulk can zone break with Speed Monado. He can then, Min Min Shulk is even. Yeah, no, like, that feels right. That feels pretty accurate, because Min Min outranges Shulk, but then Shulk beats Min Min other parts of the game, and then, yeah, Shulk can come at the angles that Min Min doesn't like. But if Min Min is playing her game, Shulk is losing. And Shulk can recover at pretty predictable angles for, like, Min Min to potentially edgeguard. Steve. Oh, my voice is dying. Sorry, guys. Steve! Shulk beats Steve, for sure. I have played Steve before, and Steve's whole thing is, like, if he does not get resources, he loses. And he builds up a block wall and starts mining behind the block wall. Shulk can get past the block wall. Shulk can beat the combos. Shulk can beat the camping. Shulk can beat Steve. Steve is still a very good character, though. And when Steve gets gold and diamond, he is a better character than Shulk. Is the worst matchup. Yeah, but it is still Steve, to be fair. Still probably winning for Shulk. Yeah, so, like, I'm trying to decide whether I want to do +2 for Shulk or +1. Because, like, Steve has to play very differently. Steve has to play further away from his blocks, which is very tough for Steve. And Shulk is not as scared of getting hit by up tilt as other characters are, because low percents you can smash art out of it, because the combos take long enough that you can really prevent Steve from getting anything meaningful off of it. Shulk can use Speed Monado. Like, if Steve does not build a wall, Shulk with Speed Monado will prevent Steve from mining. because I think mining takes like 11 frames to stop. You can do a matchup check gimmick setup from out of nowhere. Yeah, but like I have played Steve. I do understand the gimmicks a little better. And if you just never let Steve get his resources, he doesn't have the gimmicks. So I will say Steve can edgeguard Shulk using blocks. So like if you try to recover low and Steve covers that with blocks, you kind of screwed yourself. But like Shulk, if he builds like 2 blocks out, you can use air slash to break the blocks and then grab the ledge. That's still a possibility. I think Shulk probably beats Steve. So like, pick up Shulk, guys. If you hate Steve, pick up Shulk. Sephiroth. Sephiroth Shulk. I think Sephiroth probably... I'm not a Sephiroth believer. I think Sephiroth is like really light and bad. He does have a great up air though. I will give him props for the up air. Fair is like Belmont Fair in terms that it's like faster. But I feel like Shulk can bully Sephiroth more than Sephiroth can bully Shulk. So I'm going to have to give this one to Shulk. How much though? Sephiroth can counter, and even Seph Bear. Yeah, 9 out of 10 matches I see Steve win, at least on what I've seen. Steve is a good character. Steve is a very strong character, but if you never let him get to Diamond and Gold, he is not the best character in the game. So like, his win condition is very easy to achieve. I will not argue with that. Like, once he gets to Diamond and Gold, he is the best character in the game. But he is not the best character in the game for the entire match. And you just need to bully Steve more when he is not the best character in the game. He's not as scary then. Smash Art kills Seph at 80 sometimes. Yeah, no, true. And like, Seph Bear is good, but like, he's still kind of laggy, and I don't know. I'm not a Seph believer. I guess you can Scintilla at ledge, but then you just don't get second hit of air slash, so I can't. Pyra Mithra, alright. I want to say canon matchup, but I don't think they fight each other. I'll take your word for it. I don't struggle versus Steve, so I can see Shulk doing well. Yeah, no, Shulk. I feel like Shulk would do very well against Steve. He has all the tools to beat Steve. Aegis Shulk is even. Yeah, like, Shulk edgeguards him. That is a big factor in the matchup. But Aegis has just better frame data. And, like, Mithra being able to bully Shulk up close definitely matters a lot. I feel like Pyra does not do as well against them, but you still need to, you have to play Pyra to beat Shulk. Mithra, does Mithra beat Shulk that hard? Potentially. And then Pyra here. Pyra has better frame data than Shulk. Yeah, so Shulk can't mash. But then off stage, like, okay. I mean, I feel like I do this with Pyra and Mithra in a ton of different matchups, but like, it's just true. Kazuya. Yeah, ooh, Kazuya hard loses to Shulk. Sorry, guys. Kazuya, like, Shulk will fall out of Kazuya combos. He can, like, Kazuya really struggles against swords, especially when the swords are massive, and the sword, and when Kazuya does get in, Shulk just falls out of Kazuya's combos. Like, Kazuya's not going to do well here. Steve is, like, in the plus 1.5 category. But, like, Kazuya's up here with these guys. Kazuya is not broken against Shulk. And then Sora. You outrange Sora, but he does have his spells. I like fighting Kazuya. Me too. I actually really... I like playing as Kazuya, though, so there's that. Sora is even. Yeah, no, the spells are going to be really annoying. And if you get caught in Sora's combos and stuff, I guess you can smash art it. I don't know. I'm tired. This stream has taken a lot out of me. This matchup was a lot to think about. But, like, Yeah, no, I'm happy to just say that Sora is even and call it good. Sora is annoying. He sure is. Alright, here is the I don't play Shulk matchup chart. Yeah, no, only every time I've added a new tier, and it was literally just the Kirby tier. Alright, I'm happy with calling it there. Hear me out. Alright, let's go, Mudkip. I'm gonna sort this tier real quick, because I want to see where I think DK goes. I think DK goes like here, actually. Not bad, I say. Yeah, no, like, DK's gonna be the weird one. Corrin Shulk sucks for Corrin. Tell me more, Beat. We're gonna go with Palu is probably one over here. Sheik. Sheik's probably slight losing. Grin is better than Sheik against Shulk, I'd say. Snake is probably up here. DK... Hear me out. No, that's not true. Bear offstage from Shulk. Yeah, but like, Corrin has a hard time getting to recover high, and Shulk's fair destroys her off low. She does suck at recovering high. I do agree with that. I'll probably change a few things. Okay. Mega Man here. Ollie. And Ollie probably does fine. Mithra. No, Mithra gets edge credit too easily. Neutral is pretty even though. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave Corrin and even, and then we'll have to play. Are you coming to Paragon tonight? Because I gotta leave for that here soon. If you're at Paragon tonight, we can play that matchup out. But yeah, I'm happy just calling it. I'm so tired, dude. I'm not going to Paragon. I will be sleeping. I probably should too. I need food. But I don't play Shulk. Good luck at your tourney. Thank you. It's going to be a run back for my... It's going to be a run back for my Meta Knight. Okay. Save that. Cool. Thank you guys for coming to today's stream. I feel like it was pretty fun. I had a lot... Yeah, no, like... It was an interesting stream for sure. So... thank you, Ben, especially. You were really helpful throughout all of this. And, like, I know I disagreed with you on a couple things, but at the end of the day, like, Shulk broken, right? Get on stream so I can cheer for you. I'll try. I would definitely prefer to be on stream. Bye-bye. Have a good night, everybody. Yeah, and as always, have a great Tuesday.